Tuskegee fans, get ready. The hard-hitting action of Golden Tigers football is back as the winningest HBCU football program in the nation. All eyes are on the Golden Tigers in the 2024 football season, with over a nation-leading 714 wins, 12 HBCU national championships, and 28 SIAC titles. The Golden Tigers are set to add another trophy to the counted Tuskegee mantle with a championship run this season. As they do so, the Golden Tigers Sports Network is ready to bring you all the action from the gridiron. From every play to every touchdown, GTSN will be there with all of the excitement of Tuskegee football. And our coverage begins right now. Let's go inside the stadium. Here with the call, GTSN's Charles Ward, Mark Lassiter, and Double S, Simone Stanley.
And welcome everybody. We are live on the campus of Tuskegee University, and it is homecoming 2024 here for the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee University as they get set to meet the Golden Bears of Miles College on the 100th homecoming celebration here at Tuskegee University. And you know that it is a packed crowd here at Abbott Alumni Stadium as they get set for this contest with the Golden Bears of Miles College. A lot of festivities going on here inside the facility and outside the facility. Fans are excited, tailgaters are excited, fans are excited, and we're even excited here in the broadcast booth. Charles Ward alongside Mark Lassiter on festive homecoming 100 for the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee.
Charles, on a festive day, coming off of a disappointing week for some people, I can only think of one theme to this evening's game. I came out to have a good time. That's all on my mind. I got my money, got my whiskey. Tuskegee offense needs to get real frisky.
Oh, yeah. They'll need it this afternoon against the Golden Bears of Miles College on a festive homecoming here at Tuskegee. We've got a host of sideline reporters tapping into all facets of this day here. We're going to concentrate on the game, of course. We're going to bring you so much of this environment, so much of it to show you really what it's
Charles, that's a great point. We're trying to do something different. We're going to do something different this afternoon on Golden Tigers Sports Network. We're going to bring you the game, of course, but we're also going to bring you the activity in and around at the stadium, just to describe the scene very briefly. We're sitting on the near sideline, on the alumni side of the stadium. To our right, you have the football facility, brand new, where a lot of the officials and alumni and Tuskegee staff will be. Across from us is the shed, the student section, which houses the band and the most vocal Tuskegee fans. But to our left, there is a terraced hillside that is filled with tents, homemade setups, official Tuskegee setups, alumni, students, extended family that have come to celebrate homecoming in a stadium which has grown probably 3 times its size.
Indeed, you're right. I was here on campus yesterday. Just came here to place the football broadcast. Getting ready for that. And behind us is the RV area, and that thing is packed wall to wall with vehicles and people out there partying.
Exactly. You're right. 3 hours before the kickoff this afternoon, you were met by a cacophony of sound, aroma, excitement, marching band, alumni, and students that you really can't describe unless you're here. But this goes on starting Friday evening, leading into the morning of the parade. Right before kickoff, fans arrive here 3 hours before kickoff to Abbott just to claim the spot.
Yeah, we should emphasize again that this is the 100th homecoming celebration for Tuskegee University. That's a stellar mark in itself, and so many universities relates to that. Their first under the first year president, Mark Brown, he gets to celebrate his first year as president for Tuskegee homecoming football.
And what the 100th means, Charles, there will be a lot of returning alumni and extended family that we're going to try to just touch on with getting them into the flow of this ball game. Something that hasn't been attempted. We have not just one, not two. We've got 3 sideline reporters present to bring you this football game.
We're going to tap into as much as we can to bring you this environment here, which is unique to Tuskegee University. We'll take our first break here, and then we'll do this pregame show. Back with more activities as we get set for all action.
Broadcast coverage of Tuskegee Athletics on the Golden Tiger Sports Network is brought to you by Alabama Department of Public Health. Healthy people, healthy communities, healthy Alabama. Booster Digital Displays, dedicated to providing high-quality, affordable LED displays with exceptional service. TNT Fireworks, celebrating more than 100 years of America's #1 best-selling brand of fireworks. Alabama Power, developed for the service of Alabama. Wind Creek Casino, Montgomery, elevate your game to fabulous. The Home Depot, more saving, more doing. Coca-Cola, real magic. Zuby's Taco Kitchen, Yellowwood. And by Vibes Restaurant, we're all about good vibes.
We're back live here at Cleve, Abbott Alumni Memorial Stadium here in Tuskegee, Alabama, the pregame show for homecoming 2024 and homecoming 100 for Golden Tigers of Tuskegee. And Mark is the Golden Tigers of Centennial. And this atmosphere is just captivating.
Charles, when you make the exit on I-85 of Tuskegee, you're normally going to be on a very slow roll on the way to Abbott Stadium. One thing Miles Powers is not slow rolling. They're on a roll because they have clinched the SIAC spot championship game. They won an amazing turnaround after just being 1-9 last season. Golden Tigers, on the other hand, Tuskegee, have won 5 of the last 6 games, coming off a very disappointing loss last week in Atlanta against Clark University. So Miles has already downloaded their ticket to the SIAC championship game. This is the first time Bears will have extended to win their 7th game in a row.
A big challenge for the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee as they get set to meet the Golden Bears. We step out for another time out here on the Booster pregame show. Football just ahead to the GTSN. Back live here at Cleve Abbott Memorial Alumni Stadium, getting set for football action. Golden Tigers getting set to host the Golden Bears of Miles College. And the football game. Back. We're back live here at the Alumni Stadium. Beg your pardon on the technical difficulties getting things started. We are already underway in football action. Kick was given over to the Golden Bears of Miles College, so they have it on offense first. And they face a third down after the initial kick from their own 29-yard line. They go left to right from Alumni Stadium. Homecoming 100 for the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee. Third down. And a full 12 now for the Golden Bears after a loss of 2 on a couple of the plays just before this snap. The snap, it'll be Ivory in the pocket now for the Golden Bears. Got some space in front of him. Ivory at the 40, slides at the 45, past the first down marker, and on the ground, Cameron Ivory, the redshirt junior, able to run it for the Golden Bear, first down to the 45. So that'll first down pickup there. We'll give the football to the Golden Bears. They'll have a fresh set of downs from the 45-yard line. Football in the middle of the field. On the ground they go, left side. Now cutting back is Scott, trying to find some room right side. He's got some room at the corner and finally shoved out of bounds near the 48-yard line on the Golden Tiger end of the football field. So this first drive by the Golden Bears, they're past midfield now on the Tuskegee end of the field after that run by Scott right side. Scott, the junior, 461 yards on the season coming into today's ball game. Second down and 4 after his run to the 49. Whistles and a flag at the line of scrimmage. Unsort that. And we'll check this first assessment of the football game. Official still conferring near the 42-yard line. Now a call. Delay a game against the Golden Bears of Miles College. So that'll push the football back across the 50 on the Golden Bear side of the field. Correction, this when they say they assess this against the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee. So that assessment going against Tuskegee instead of the Golden Bears. The initial assessment was a delay of game. Ball fake. Going up top, Ivory got a man behind the coverage, waiting there at the 10-yard line. That one broken up. Good defensive work there by Cameron Reynolds, the senior, down near the 10-yard line for the Golden Tigers. Take a look at that Tuskegee defense as they are on the field right now. Messiah Wells, Terrence Mays, Jarrell Colbreth, and starting this afternoon, Javion Miller at that other defensive end. At the corners, instead of Michael King, it'll be Tyler Smith, but we will see King in this football game. Adian Glover at the other corner, linebacking core, Malik Moore, Charles Davis Jr., and Noah Holton. And the free safety is Rossi Grimes and Michael McGuire, the strong safety for the Golden Tigers. Second down after the missed opportunity downfield on the pass. They'll keep it on the ground to Scott. Scott to the second wave of the Tuskegee defense, runs it inside of the 35-yard line. They'll mark him down near the 34, and that's enough for a Golden Bear first down.
Speaking of the Golden Bears, quarterback Cameron Ivory's not flashy, but he completed 10 of 19 passes last week for 191 yards and 3 touchdowns against Morehouse.
Football now at the 34-yard line on the initial drive of the football game. Scott, right side, looking for space, slides and spins his way to the 30, down to the 29-yard line, just picking his way through that Golden Tiger defense.
Expect Miles Charles to lend its main weight carrying this offense to their 5 running backs. They're very deep. Same as Tuskegee, the backfield that runs 4 running backs. Miles has to be stopped on the ground if Tuskegee has any thoughts of winning this ball game.
Scott missed almost 2.5 ball games during the course of the season due to injury, but he's come back in that lineup and really provided an additional punch to the other 4 that you're referencing, last. Short hitch pass out in the flats, good connection there. They slide it right up the middle and still on his feet working at right side, now down to the 16-yard line. That's a good run after the catch there by Kadarius Griffin, the redshirt sophomore.
Javion Miller had a shot at Griffin as he was breaking open on that simple pattern across the middle about the 25-yard line. Too fast for Miller. Picked up another 5 or 7 yards after the catch.
Griffin, 16 catches for 235 yards coming into today's ball game. 5 catches last weekend in their win. As they go it on the ground this time. And the handoff to Scott. Scott tripped up initially at the line of scrimmage. That's a good surge there by that Golden Tiger defense.
That was a nice catch by quarterback Ivory as the center snap was to his right and high, which threw the entire rhythm of that play off, allowing Tuskegee to close and stop it for a little gain.
Pickup of just a yard on that play. So with 10:39 remaining in the first quarter, inside the red zone, the Golden Bears and Miles College on the first possession of the ball game. Tuskegee trying to deny them as they keep it on the ground. Scott, second wave of the defense, right side. He'll walk it in for the touchdown for Miles College. Had him middle of the gut. Nobody ever wrapped up, even touched him on the inside.
Once Miles got a seal on the right side, running right off of guard and tackle. No one home for Tuskegee. It seemed like they were just caught by surprise also, Charles, on that play call. 6-0 Miles.
Real quick, on the first possession, they take it the length of the field and score the touchdown. Early concern there with regard to that easy score for the Golden Bears. Now it'll be Roderick Smith on now to try to point after. Place and kick by Smith, a sidewinder, but he knocked it through for the Golden Bears of Miles College. So an early indication here, Tuskegee's got to wake up here at homecoming number 100. They trail at 7-0. It's 10:26 remaining in the first quarter. We'll take a break here on the Golden Tigers Sports Network. Back live here at Cleve Abbott Memorial Alumni Stadium, homecoming day here for the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee. And Mark, a rude awakening by the guests here at homecoming. Golden Bears take the first possession in for a touchdown.
Charles, homecoming games are difficult enough as it is with the pressure on the coaching staff to win in front of the capacity crowd, the overflow crowd. Tuskegee, as you mentioned on that last series, just seemed to be sleeping on defense. They were caught unprepared, and Miles on that touchdown run scores quickly, going up 6-0. Now, here's the problem for Tuskegee also, Charles. Miles had 15 tackles for loss last week. So they've got to, on offense, be certain that their offensive line can protect and prevent this very aggressive Miles defense from getting in the backfield.
Big numbers for the Golden Bears and a big challenge for the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee in this homecoming football game. They'll get set to have the football for the first time in the contest. Let's see if they can answer that touchdown by the Golden Bears.
The problem for Tuskegee, you don't want to play from behind at any point, let alone during a very important homecoming contest. Tuskegee's population grows exponentially with this type of game.
As they get set to kick it off, let's go down to Charles McNeil with a guest. Charles. Thank you, Charles. Kick is already been conducted. Tuskegee will have it after a sidewinder went out of bounds for Smith and the Golden Bears. So Tuskegee on this first possession last going to have decent field position to start this drive.
Excellent field position. Keep an eye on that interior line for Tuskegee, watching center LeBron Merriweather, who's been the key for the Tuskegee Golden Tiger offense.
Take a look at the men up front for the Golden Tigers. At tight end, it'll be Gregory King starting this afternoon instead of Gilbert. We'll get you the rest after this first down play. As Bill, the junior quarterback, lines up, he'll take the drop on first down. Shoots it up the field. Catch made there by Brigman at midfield. Quavo, right side, dances at the sideline. Finally falls out of bounds near the 42-yard line. That's a good hitting first play for that Tuskegee offense to try to get early rhythm.
Exactly what Tuskegee needed. He's working against Rock Dowdell, who in next game against Morehouse, Dowdell turned a little bit late on that last reception. A big first down for Tuskegee.
Quavo, 13th in the conference in receptions coming into this homecoming ball game. Bill going to take another upfield. They'll flush him right side. Bill raises, pumps, and fires it out of bounds inside the Tuskegee bench for an incompletion.
Beal was looking to hit Beckford, who was open very briefly at about the 30-yard line, but did the intelligent thing to just throw it out of bounds.
That'll bring up second down now for the Golden Tigers, trying to answer that touchdown by Miles College. 9:39 left, first quarter of play. Terrence Jordan, Sean Stithen, LeBron Merriweather, and starting this afternoon, Ray Berry at the right guard up front, as well as Elliot Howell for Tuskegee, the men in the trenches. Bill at quarterback, Desmond Leverett starting at tailback this afternoon. They go with that wildcat. Bill going to fake it this time on the ground. The left side on the carry. This time it was Johnny Morris. Johnny back in action this afternoon for the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee. Have not seen Johnny since early in the 2024 season, so he's back here for homecoming on that carry, his first of the ball game.
You mentioned the Tuskegee offensive line. I'm going to be looking for defensive back LaShawn Young of Miles College. He had 4 tackles last week and a pick that was returned 52 yards for a touchdown.
Yeah, that defense there is very strong. Tuskegee going to be very selective about their choices downfield. This team overall one of the top intercepting teams in the SIAC. Now, 5 receivers lined up at the bottom of the screen for Bill. Now they'll break that with Morris going in motion to the right. Tuskegee right to left its first quarter. Bill steps up in the pocket, fires at the sideline. Catch made there, nicely done by King. King works it down the sideline beyond the sticks for our Vibes Restaurant first down. But we'll check a flag coming in at the back of that play.
That flag came in awfully late after the play, but I got a kick out of watching Quavon Beckford throw a very subtle block at about the 35-yard line, trying to allow the receiver to run underneath. The officials are huddling up at about the 42-yard line to discuss this last call. The Miles College defense has already gone back to nearly the original line of scrimmage,
which was a 42. If it's against Tuskegee, it'll be their second assessment in this first quarter of play.
Do you realize people are still entering this ball game at Abbott Stadium? There is a huge crowd beyond the gate. I don't know what the issue may be if they don't have tickets or people are just slow arriving, but this place is packed.
Indeed. As we look to our left, they reference the part of the main campus up there. The gates up that way just look like there's just a sea of humanity up there.
It's almost as if the gate is closed and there's just a crowd waiting to get beyond the gates.
We want in. We want in. They still confer. Now they're talking to head coach Sam Shade in his third year at Miles College.
Appears to be 2 calls against Tuskegee, but I'm just glad that you're able to navigate the side streets around Abbott Stadium, because it took us about 3 attempts before we found the correct gate to find the booth.
Yeah, the idea was to try to show the Number 72. That penalty is accepted. 15-yard penalty. Boy, not good news for the Golden Tigers. Had 2 assessments on that play. Mark will pick up about the gates in a second. But the one that they took was touching to the face, and that's a 15-yarder that backs up all of that good work that Tuskegee was doing early in this drive. And we talked about this all season long, how much of the drive penalties are. And we've seen one big one here that pushes Tuskegee back on their end of the football field at the 45-yard line.
This is bringing up a third and about 25 to go to pick up this first down.
Boy, got to go deep in the playbook for that one.
from the 45-yard line. 8:23 left here in this first quarter of play. 7-0 lead for the Golden Bears. Bill in the pockets. Got some time. Now slides right side. Going to go upfield. Got a man coming back and overshoots him. Trying to get it to Beckford at the 25. Would have been enough for a first down, but too much air under that pass by Bill.
I was watching Bill during pregame. His early passes seemed to be a little bit adrenaline driven. He was high on a lot of his throws without pressure. That time, the throw had a man open briefly, but it was just 2 yards too high.
So that'll bring up fourth down, and that'll bring up Larkin Ryans now to punt the football away for Tuskegee in a drive that started out very impressive, but faltered as a result of the penalty. And now Tuskegee will give the football back to the Golden Bears of Miles College. Ryans averaging 33 yards per punt, 10th in the SIAC. High snap, but he handles it, coming at it. Ryans got it away. Good punt by him. Fair catch called for, and over the head of the intended receiver. Bounces down at the 1, and Tuskegee right there on top of it. Good coverage on that punt unit there to get it down at the 1 and to pin the Golden Bears deep to start this drive.
Give the first goal start to Kobe Mitchell, who did an excellent job of timing that hop on the punt inside the 1 yard line for the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee. That's a very alert play because he could have been very close to stepping on the goal line, which would have negated that coverage.
And the added point is we saw the Golden Bear receiver there throw up the hand for the fair catch, almost as a decoy fashion. He knew that football was already over his head. He was hoping that the men downfield would stop as a result of that, but they did not. Did exactly what you said, Mark. Got it pinned down at.
Hopefully for Tuskegee, on this end of which is surrounded by the tents that have been brought into Abbott Stadium on the freestanding side of the stadium, I'll say, perhaps they'll get some barbecue in their eyes on this end of the field.
Get clouded, all right? Use what you can. 8 minutes left, first quarter of play. We're live at homecoming number 100 for the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee University. Mark, we were talking about coming into today's ball game off the road and trying to navigate some of the side streets here in Tuskegee. The thought was, prior to yesterday, I'll put it this way, that they were going to not allow any kind of cars on campus to keep the campus streets free and flowing for the parade and everything else. But like I said yesterday when I got over here, I was like, that plan's quickly going out the window.
There's an expression that New Yorkers may use. They said to say, forget about it, because on this end of the field, campers are essential to the whole vibe of Tuskegee. There are campers behind the press box, and each of the setups, if we can describe this, that there are multiple, I'd say hundreds of tent setups that include either a sound system or their own grill setup.
Indeed, as we look over to our left, which is left of the shed, which is on the opposite side where the students are, you almost wonder if any of those people can actually see the game from where they are. They're all just bunched up in there, tent behind tent behind tent.
Well, hopefully they're listening to the Golden Tiger Sports Network and following the game that way, because as you mentioned, the sight lines aren't there. There are so many tents and it's so dense that you cannot see the field.
Yeah, actually kind of a good problem for Tuskegee to have, really, when you see this number of people at homecoming, giving you the sense that at some point we're going to have to expand this entire complex to accommodate what is this crowd is just monumental in terms of its size. Be interesting to get the final numbers in terms of attendance for this football game. And then you got to count the people on the outside.
Exactly. I would imagine, Charles, we could approach 40,000 people on site.
Oh, easily. Yeah, no question. Golden Bears hoping it's not going to be easy for them to try to get out of this pin situation, but Tuskegee trying to see if they can't hold them down here as they start this possession from their own half-yard line. They go to Scott, and he breaks free at the initial line of scrimmage. Now Holton giving chase, and he can't catch him. Finally chases him out of bounds, but Scott bails out the Golden Bears at almost a 20-yard run.
I don't want to call anyone out individually, but we have seen excellent tackling by the Golden Tigers, and that was simply a missed tackle right at the hand-up because they had to play diagnosed. Miles breaks it to the far side, picks up a first down.
And Tuskegee there with that missed opportunity at Scott just did not wrap up on him on that play, and that's the same thing we saw on the touchdown run on the previous drive by the Golden Bears.
And we'll spread the blame around. McGuire was also in the neighborhood.
So Ivory now, fresh set of downs, football at their own 18-yard line. Option play, right side. Scott trying to get to the corner, wrapped up there by McGuire and chased out of bounds into that Golden Bear bench after a good coverage there. McGuire covering from that safety position.
And what's interesting about that, Charles, Javion Miller had that play diagnosed, just simply didn't have enough speed to get to the point of attack. Once the pitch was made, Miller was too shallow. Play breaks to the outside. Miles picks up a few yards.
Yeah, they ran that option to the short side of the field, got 5 out of that play. 2nd down and 5 now for the Golden Bears. Ivory on the ground. They just keep it straight ahead. And the carry that time, it was Roderick Thomas, the freshman from McEldoy High School in the Alabama area.
Excellent job by Malik Moore of Tuskegee, wrapping up at the point of attack, stopping that play for a short gain. This brings up a 3rd and let's say about a 2.5 for Miles College.
Golden Tigers here looking for some inspiration here, see if they can't stop the Golden Bears with 6:15 left first quarter of play.
And I don't think we've seen a huddle all season. Miles College also calling their plays at the line of scrimmage.
3rd and 3 we'll call out on the scoreboard. Snap to Ivory. They get tied up behind the line of scrimmage. And they'll wrap up Thomas there behind the line. So a good surge there by Tuskegee up front. And they will force the punt by Miles College.
Tuskegee linebackers very active in pursuit on that last play. Getting to the backfield and stopping Miles for actually a 1-yard loss.
So Roderick Smith, the junior, first team all-conference punter, will come on for Miles College to punt it away. And it looks like it'll be Justin Stith standing near the 40 on the other end of the field, looking to see if he can't perhaps get a return on this one.
I'm thinking field position for Tuskegee. Should
Absolutely.
They handle?
No question. High snap. They're coming at it. They got a sidewinding kick there by Smith, but it rolls upfield for the Golden Bears. Out of bounds. Mark it near the 40-yard line is where Tuskegee will start. Golden Bears definitely got a break on that.
Tuskegee had decent pressure on that last punt. As you mentioned, that ball came off the side of his foot, angling towards the Miles College bench. I was surprised it didn't go out of bounds at about midfield, but it seemed to just stay in bounds long enough to pick up another few hops and gained about 8 yards.
Absolutely. That's what I was thinking the same thing last. So that was definitely going out of bounds. Didn't get it. And as you referenced pressure, Rodriguez McGee that was trying to put that pressure on the punt almost got a hand on it. But it'll be the Golden Tigers from their own 40-yard line. 5:07 quarter of play. 7-0 lead for the Golden Bears and Miles College over Tuskegee. Timeout on the field. We'll take a break here on the Golden Tigers Sports Network. Back after the timeout, now Golden Tigers with field position from their own 40-yard line. They'll keep it on the ground on this first play. And not a whole lot of yardage gained on that play right side as they unpile it there.
Last man up for Tuskegee off that surge was Terrence Jordan. I was holding my breath. He was very slow, being prone on the field, face down, just slow getting up. I was hoping that he wasn't injured.
Yeah, I saw the same thing. I was like, man, looks like he's down for a minute there. It was Morris on the carry. He picked up that play. So set for the second down play now.
Beal's got single coverage up top.
They keep it on the ground. Morris wrapped up behind the line of scrimmage. Good defensive play there by Jamichael Rogers, the junior from Bessemer, Alabama, for the Golden Bears of Miles College.
So they were single coverage, Charles, on Brigman and tight single coverage. Brigman can beat that on a deep fly pattern if he has a choice. But Beal on the running play stayed inside.
That'll bring a third down effort coming here for the Golden Tigers. Scoreboard, the clocks have gone to 0, so they're keeping the time on the field now. Golden Bears with a 7-0 lead. Tuskegee with a third down and 7. Beal in the pocket, fires underneath. Good catch there by Brigman, but his helmet's wrapped off, and he's well short of the first down. After he caught it, had to go to the surface to catch it before it hit surface. They'll get credit for the catch, but well short of the first down marker, so Golden Tigers to punt it.
Beal had his helmet ripped off right at the 35-yard line, was not happy about it, joining with a few of the Miles College players. One thing to put a footnote in, Charles, Miles' safeties play very shallow. Brigman's got to be thinking about that as he goes back to the bench. May lead a footnote to his coach to say, look, if they're going to play that shallow, let's go long.
See if they get that opportunity in this ball game. They are playing good, solid defense downfield. Bill is looking that way, but is having to check down because he hasn't seen anything up to this point. Ryans to punt it. And Ryan's trying to kick it away from the coverage this time. Angles it right side, takes a TU bounce upfield, now headed back toward the 20-yard line. And that's where not sure if that was a flag coming in back behind that or just a mark where the football was.
You have great eyes because that was a flag. It appeared to come in and land right at the 20-yard line.
Yeah, came in from behind the receiving team, and then one coming in from behind the punt team. So we'll have to unsort this one as well.
It appears this may be another illegal touching against the punt coverage team of Tuskegee. You see the officials sorting it out right at the 30-yard line. There were players in the neighborhood for Tuskegee, and I didn't see anything illegal.
That one going against the Golden Bears, a blindside block called on that one. So Tuskegee with a break there after that call. Last time they had the Golden Bears pinned down there, they forced a 3 and out. See if they can do it the same here.
I'm glad you picked that up because the official's microphone cut out a few times as he's making that penalty call, and you did an excellent job of reading lips, my friend.
Oh, yeah. One of my other many strong traits, right? We're live at Homecoming 2024. Is the 100th homecoming for Tuskegee University. A day of celebration, and so many alums from across the country have come back to Mother Tuskegee to celebrate the 100th, and it's just a sea of humanity down here. I know we keep using that term, but there's no other way to describe it. You referenced the fact that this facility kind of sits down in a little bowl type, and you can just see right up at the edges of the bowl, people are just camped out and just enjoying a nice, brisk November day, and hoping that the Golden Tigers are going to get things started in the right direction. Right now, trailing 7-0 to the Golden Bears. Ivory, short hitch pass out in the flat. Got a blocker out there in front of Scott. Scott spins his way up past the 15. A correction on that catch there is France Pierre, the redshirt junior, on the catch. They had that play set pretty well. We've seen that with Tuskegee doing that same thing, pitching it out there with a couple of blockers in front of him.
They had it set up well. Ball seemed to slip out of Ivory's hand, came out at a very strange angle, had nothing on it. They were fortunate to pick up positive yards on that play.
They actually got about 5 on it, so they'll go on the ground now. Scott trying to go underneath trying to find some yards. They're not able to get very much on that game. I actually gave him 3 on it, so it'll up a short. Second down and short is what they're showing, but it really should be third down. It is third on the field. So
as we've seen all season, Charles, Tuskegee did an excellent job of getting multiple hats to the football. There are at least 4 players in on that last tackle. This is another huge third down stop. If Tuskegee can convert this on defense, they would have the benefit of excellent field position, but not to get too far ahead of us. They've got to get a stop on a 3rd and about 2.
So Ivory will flank receivers. A slot his left. Scott joins him in the backfield. Ball fake. Flag on that play. They shoot it out in the flat. It's catch Bobby Pierre. Wrapped Michael King at the 30. So we'll check the flag at the line of scrimmage.
Would not be surprised that this is a hold against Miles just based on where the flag was thrown.
Yeah, came in there behind that offensive line. Golden Bears 8th in the SIAC in penalties coming into today's ball game, had 68.
Officials' microphone, the field mic, which they tested during pregame, is not functioning properly, so we're going to have to do it the old school way and depend on the hand signals.
Well, they're falling victim to the same thing that we are. We've got sideline reporters down here, but it's difficult to get the reports in because there's just so many people here active on their cell phones and using the internet here at the school that it's just overwhelming.
Maybe the officials can text us the calls.
Yeah, right. That's probably what we need to do, our reporting crew, too. Just have them text their story up, right? They actually waved that flag off last, so it was a first down pickup on the catch. So a fresh set of downs for the Golden Bears. Wrapped up behind the line of scrimmage is Scott. Good search by Tuskegee up front. That's Malik Moore with that stop for Tuskegee.
That's the second time Moore has been in the Miles College backfield. Moore's having an excellent game so far, just diagnosing plays and also making plays.
Moore, one of the leaders of that Golden Tiger defense, first team all SIAC. And this is going to be his 31st consecutive football game with at least 1 tackle. Second down and 13 after the loss on the play. Ivory going to range right side, trying to cut back to the inside. They caught up with him, but they don't tackle him. Ivory at the 40, Ivory at the 50 now. Slides down on the Tuskegee end of the field near the 45-yard line.
2 players had a shot at Ivory deep in the backfield, and Ivory just sidestepped away, picks up the first down. Up the hill, Charles, they have opened the gates, and there is a mass of people streaming down into Abbott Stadium at this point.
Nice catch on that. It just looks like you said, they just open it up, every parting of the Red Sea, if you will.
It's like a scene out of Exodus.
Sure.
As there was a huge mass of people gathered at the gate at the top of the hill leading into Abbott. And that gate was opened up about 30 seconds ago. So what was already a capacity crowd is going to be overflow inside the stadium.
Indeed, it will be. Just trying to figure out where these people are going to go. There's a lot of hillside here, but that's going to cover up pretty quickly here with that amount of people coming through. And that's just one of the gates.
Well, just to give you an idea for those listening, there had to be probably what appears to be at least a couple of thousand people that were outside of Abbott that were packed behind the gate the entire first quarter. That gate was just opened about 2 minutes ago, and a stream of humanity has entered the stadium.
Wow. We're not able to give you the time because that's being kept on the field. I'm assuming right now we're headed into the second quarter of action as the teams are both on the sidelines and the first quarter is over. And at the end of the first quarter is Miles with a 7-0 lead over Tuskegee. We'll take a quick break here on the Golden Tiger Sports Network. Wow.
Broadcast coverage of Tuskegee Athletics on the Golden Tiger Sports Network is brought to you by Alabama Department of Public Health. Healthy people, healthy communities, healthy Alabama. Booster Digital Displays, dedicated to providing high-quality, affordable LED displays with exceptional service. TNT Fireworks, celebrating more than 100 years of America's #1 best-selling brand of fireworks. Alabama Power, developed for the service of Alabama. Wind Creek Casino, Montgomery. Elevate your game to fabulous. The Home Depot, more saving, more doing. Coca-Cola, real magic. Zuby's Taco Kitchen, Yellowwood. And by Vibes Restaurant, we're all about good vibes.
Back live here at Cleve Abbott Memorial Alumni Stadium. Headed in the second quarter. Charles Ward, Mark Lassiter with the play call here on homecoming 100th for the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee. Right now, Tuskegee trailing at 7-0 to the Golden Bears of Miles College, and the Golden Bears with the football on the Tuskegee end of the field.
Tuskegee needs a stop on this drive. They can't afford to go down 2 scores to Miles College.
Miles College already clinched their spot in the SIAC championship ball game, undefeated in conference play, and 7-2 overall. A little throwback there to the right side with some blockers in front of him is Jay Andrews, the senior from Birmingham. And Andrews with the catch and run, good enough for the Golden Bear first down.
Linebacker Javion Miller had pressure on the quarterback, Ivory, for Miles. Just got there a hair too late. Ivory makes the completion and picks up a first down.
Similar to what we saw last weekend with Clark Atlanta and their pass approach. The Golden Bears just getting up there into the hands of the receivers and having the receivers do a lot of the work. And, of course, they have Scott coming out of the backfield, who's a threat as well. They'll go on a reverse and a throwback to Ivory. Ivory dumps it at the corner and threw it out of bounds, incomplete.
Cameron Ivory of Miles Charles is very comfortable throwing from some unusual angles. That time he took the handoff on the trick play and just seemed to flip it to the sideline, underhanded, trying to make that completion, but he's excellent at throwing off balance and off skill.
Yeah, they tried some a double reverse there, back to the quarterback on the pass, but they were not able to complete the pass. So that will make it 2nd down and 10 for the Golden Bears. Just in here in the second quarter of play. On the ground, Scott's looking for some space. They got a hand on him, but just not wrapping him up and pulling him down right at the point of contact. He pushed the pack to about the 29-yard line. That'll bring up a 3rd down now for Miles College.
Tuskegee's got to make certain of one thing. Once they get to the point of attack, Charles, they've got to wrap up. We've seen some sloppy tackling on the point of the Golden Tigers, unlike anything we've seen this season.
Yeah, it's really carrying over. It's a little bit of it last weekend, but it's really pronounced here in this first half of play so far against the Golden Bears. And to your point, Lass, this is the kind of team you're already playing behind now 7-0, but you don't want to be 2 scores behind this group. Ivory, he'll line up in shotgun, facing a 3rd down, takes the snap. Looks, fires upfield, got a man with a catch there near the 17-yard line. Laying out for that football was Pierre. That's Pierre's 3rd catch of this first half of play, and that's good enough for a first down.
Ivory's not very quick on his drops, Charles, but he's very confident and very certain of what he does. Had a very wide stance, got that right foot planted, made an accurate throw for the first down.
Also got a good block there from Scott, the running back, to give him a little bit of extra time. So another set of downs here for the Golden Bears from the 17. Scott is picking his way through, slides back to the left side and falls down inside the 15. down at the 14-yard line.
I would never describe Cameron Ivory as quick, but he is very decisive. That time after he made the handoff, you could see him carrying out the ball fake to set up the next play.
And as you referenced, he'll get that play from the sideline without a huddle. As everybody nowadays going quickly without the huddle, but Miles certainly very effective at it in terms of what they've done season long. Ball fake, crossing route, pass broken up there near the 5-yard line. Good defensive work there by Cameron Reynolds, step for step with Jay Andrews at the 5.
Reynolds is still bending over after making that hit across the middle of the field. Ivory, the quarterback for Miles, wanted a flag for interference as he was there early, and you could see Reynolds now is prone on the field, seemed to have the wind knocked out of him. Now he's just sitting at about the 5-yard line as one of his fellow players comes over, Grimes, to see what's going on with him. The training staff for Tuskegee now coming on the field.
Yeah, timeout on the field. Looks like they got the clock running here, but I'm sure that's not the right time. It's at 14:50 and running. They're probably trying to run it down at the right time because we've already started the second quarter a while ago. So it looks like they can only manually get it to where they want it to stop. We'll see if that's the case, as attention to Reynolds now. He's able to go over to the sideline.
Charles, I would venture that this may be the largest post-COVID crowd at Abbott Stadium, which would make it probably one of the most all-time crowds. People still filing in almost midway through the second quarter.
Yeah, and you were trying to coin a piece of history here for this crowd here at Tuskegee. Made some distinctions about maybe not the largest tailgate, but certainly the largest cookout type or tent thing in terms of what they're doing here, just in terms of the number of tents that are here.
Well, we were talking in the car on one of our trips on what the theme for Tuskegee homecoming might be, and the best one I think we came up with was "We All Here." And everyone in the city of Tuskegee, alumni representing Birmingham, Montgomery, Atlanta, we all here.
Yeah. Everybody is here today. I'm glad you are as well on the Golden Tiger Sports Network. Homecoming day here, timeout on the field. And we're going to continue to try to bring you the sights and sounds of this homecoming as we try to get our sideline reporters in play here, but just having to deal with this massive crowd in terms of how much it's just hampered our ability to communicate on a wireless fashion.
Well, there was a warning issued during the week. Do not use your cell phones to attempt to make phone calls. They recommended that everyone who was trying to communicate with someone else do it via text. And unusual crowd where the city is really just overwhelmed by a sea of people on this homecoming game day. The infrastructure, the technical infrastructure, simply cannot keep up.
Yeah, they were kind of aware of it. Nothing you can do. You just walk right into it.
I'm just thankful we still have a feed.
Sure, at this point. Also have some live stats as well right now. Golden Bears with 10 first downs compared to just 1 for the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee. So got to get those numbers going north and get those going quickly. 6 plays, 48 yards for the Golden Bears. 7 plays, just 28 yards for Tuskegee. So after the timeout, 3rd down and about for the Golden Bears from the 14 of Tuskegee. Snap to Ivory in the pocket, corner pressure to flush him now. Right side, can't get a hand on him. He'll roll right side. Now he'll decide to run with it and knock down with some authority out of bounds by Tyler Wells on the Tuskegee side of the football field.
Excellent hustle by Wells as Ivory was circling back from trying to go left to the far sideline, and Wells did an excellent job in pursuit, shut that play down, bring up this 4th down call for Miles College.
That'll bring on Roderick Smith, the junior. Smith, 9th in the SIAC in field goals at 5 of 12 on the season, has a long of 44. This was going to be about a 31-yard field goal attempt here by Smith. So Smith to try the 31-yard field goal. 12:06 left in the first half of play. And Smith knocks it through for the Golden Bears, and they extend their lead now to 10-7 after the field goal from Smith. So Tuskegee able to hold them out of the end zone mark, but the field goal tallies that point even higher for the Golden Bears.
Michael King was coming around the corner and laid out just a hair shy of blocking that last field goal.
So 10-7, 10-0 lead for the Golden Bears of Miles College. They'll get set to kick it off. We'll take a break here and see what Tuskegee can do on this possession after this timeout on the Golden Tiger Sports Network. Yeah, I can hear you. Proctor. Hey, come upstairs. All right. Okay. We are back live here at Homecoming 2024. It's the 100th Homecoming here at Tuskegee University. Capacity crowd here, and they are still coming inside of Abbott Stadium.
And let's not overlook one thing, Charles, that even though these two teams are very close in the standings, these two teams are historic rivals. Miles College, as we followed during the 90s, did not have one of the elite programs in the SIAC, but what they've invested in the last decade has brought them into the top tier of the SIAC. Tuskegee has lived there, and all of a sudden you have this very competitive rivalry between the two teams, one located just outside of Birmingham, another just outside of Montgomery.
Indeed. One of the one's really storied program as it relates to the SIAC. And as you referenced, over the last decade or so, Miles really right there at the top of the conference every year as well.
And there also is a cookout rivalry because people in Miles feel that their tradition of barbecuing and grilling before, during, and after football games is as important and vital as it is in Tuskegee.
Indeed. When I had a chance to do some Miles games a few years ago, homecoming over there was really something to witness as well. Not as much space as you have here in terms of the homecoming area as Tuskegee, but they do a good job over there in terms of their tailgating and just the homecoming environment.
Well, before the construction of the stadium at Miles, homecoming tailgating was a bit of a free-for-all. People would be sitting on the hill, and they just have their plates of food standing up, following the line of scrimmage.
Indeed. Well, one time we were over there, and we had the guy on the back of his tailgate doing the same thing.
That's where the coaches were.
Sure. 10-0 lead for Miles. Keck. It'll come down to Stith at the 12. Justice looking for some space. Got a hole there left side. Trying to get to the corner at the 40-yard line. Tripped up there from behind. But a good return there by Justin Stith, the sophomore from Orlando, to give that offense good field position.
Exactly what the Tuskegee offense needs at this point. Wouldn't be surprised if Beal didn't take a few shots deeper downfield.
10-0 they trail it. Tuskegee has not beaten Miles only once in the last 5 times they played.
So here's the thing, Charles. Miles safeties are within 10 yards of the line of scrimmage. Once again, that's extremely shallow to me. Tuskegee with 2 wide receivers to the near side.
From the 40-yard line, left hash mark, Tuskegee going left to right on your listening device. Bregman slides in motion, movement at the line of scrimmage. Coming out early for the Golden Tigers.
It's not just the fact that their safeties are playing shallow. Right before the snap of the football, you can see them cheating a few yards even closer to the line of scrimmage. By the time the ball is snapped, they're within 7 to 8 yards of the line of scrimmage. That's something that Tuskegee think about taking advantage of.
What's your assessment as to why you think that they're doing that? Are they just confident that Bill can't get it behind them in terms of passing?
That's sheer arrogance and athleticism. We're going to cheat up until you beat us.
Well stated. We'll see if Bill can, in fact, at some point beat him. But right now, Tuskegee pushed back 5 after that assessment, beating themselves. It's 1st and 15. Ball fake. Bill looking up top now, ranges to his right side, being chased toward the Golden Bear sideline. Bill now steps out of bounds near the 36-yard line.
Beckford was coming back for Tuskegee trying to get a block for his quarterback. He's not looking to break free. He's trying to help Beal pick up yardage on the ground.
So they'll put the football at the 37. 2nd down and 14 after that run by Raekwon Bill. He'll start with 3 receivers top of the screen. Golden Bears on this 2nd down effort will put 4 up front. Spivey joins Bill in the backfield. Snap to Raekwon. Pressure. He feels it. Tries to step up underneath and gets sacked there near the 25-yard line. Just nowhere for him to go. The Golden Bears came on the blitz and they got through.
They also had coverage deep downfield and shallow. No one was open for Tuskegee. Beal had to eat the football as the pressure from Miles was too much after about 3 seconds.
So that'll bring up 3rd and long now for the Golden Tigers after a good return by Stiff on the kick. Tuskegee on the penalty, backpedaled 5, and now on the sack, they're down back to their own 26-yard line. 3rd and long for Bill. Movement up front, may get a free play here. No flag. They got back. Bill up the field, and this one's picked off. Tried to get it upfield, and it was picked off, and coming back the other way on the return now is Zion Sharp, the junior. So Sharp able to just reached his arms up there and pick that pass off. They were trying to get it upfield.
Simple impatience by Beal as we have a bit of traffic on the near sideline after that interception as a few Tuskegee players got caught up on the Miles bench. Miles was not letting them return to the field, but as it stands, a huge turnover that benefits Miles in Tuskegee territory. They'll set up shop somewhere close to the 30-yard line.
And we were talking about it just a few seconds ago about them playing short. That time, Bill trying to go deep beyond that short defensive set there and didn't get enough air on it, and they were able to get the interception. So Bill now, that's his 4th interception of the season, and he gives that football back to the Golden Bears at the 32-yard line.
Teams watch film, Charles. Tuskegee had to be aware of how much Miles was in the Morehouse backfield. Beal feeling a little bit impatient on that last throw.
So Ivory in the offense for the Golden Bears back out onto the football field now. He'll take the snap. Ball fake by Ivory. He's trying to go up top. Got a man behind the coverage. And that one overthrown. Trying to get it to Pierre, who was on a streak route at the middle of the football field.
Michael King for Tuskegee had excellent coverage as Ivory's trying to find his receiver at about the 5-yard line who was actually open, just overthrew him.
Likely you'll see that play again. They had the space Pierre did on the route, but Ivory overthrown. So that'll bring up 2nd down now for the Golden Bears. That Tuskegee defense really wants to settle in here. They gave up 3 on the last possession on a 31-yard field goal. Trying to deny them anything, the Golden Bears, on this possession after the interception. Golden Tigers showing a blitz. They're coming, and they'll work it right side. Picking that up on the carry is Javonte Leatherwood, and Leatherwood, the redshirt sophomore, spins his way down to the 25-yard line, close to a 1st down marker.
Miles running behind Big Keith Williams, offensive lineman on the right side. Williams carved out space. It brings up this 3rd and short.
They'll go left side to try to pick it up. Don't think they got that one last. That's a good surge up front by the Golden Tigers.
Give credit to Michael King, who was on coverage on the previous. This time he gets to the line of scrimmage at the point of attack. And Miles, as you mentioned, will come up about 2 yards short with this 4th and 2 call coming up. Wouldn't be surprised if they went for it.
Oh, indeed. Thinking 2-down territory all the way after they didn't get it left side. 4th and about 1.5 yards for the Golden Bear, 1st down. Again, clock's not working here, so they're keeping it down at field level. Try to keep you in tune to as much as we can. Right now, it's showing at about 9:21 remaining in the first quarter on the live stats feed. And the snap on the ground. First time they don't get it, but they turn it back to the left side, and Leatherwood's going to look on a second effort, gets it inside of the 10-yard line, and the Golden Bears will keep the football inside of the 10.
That's the second time for this Tuskegee defense to apparently have a Miles runner stop. Lance Watkins was there, couldn't wrap up. Runner spins out of contact. They pick up a first down.
We got the call from A.A. Moore, the sports information director at Miles College, about that multiple set in terms of the running backs for the Golden Bears. Leatherwood, last couple of possessions, carrying the load, and that time he got a first down inside of the 10. They'll go with him again left side. He'll slide back to the inside and knock down near the 5-yard line on a good stinging hit there, but a good pickup by Leatherwood left side.
Give credit to Leatherwood on the vision and the cutback. That time, nothing to the outside. Planted his left foot, got back to the inside towards the center of the field and picked up enough to take this all the way down to the 5-yard line.
So it'll still be second and goal to go from there as Ivory goes toward the Golden Bear bench to get the play call, and he'll slide back toward the field of play. Tuskegee not wrapping up efficiently on the tackles, and right now Golden Bears second and goal to go from the 5. They'll give it to Leatherwood left side. Had some blockers in front of them. Leatherwood not much space, knocked down at the 4-yard line. Good surge by Tuskegee on that play. On the bottom of that pile for the Golden Tigers, Lance Watkins on that stop.
One thing this run game for Miles College will do, Charles, is keep the clock running. We are probably under 7 minutes to go in this second quarter.
It's third and goal to go now for the Golden Bears. Snap to Ivory. On the ground, Leatherwood hit initially, spins off that first tackler, and still standing, but they knock him down near the 3. Looks like that's where he'll put him down. Leatherwood, 5'11", 195, transfer from Alcorn State for the Golden Bears of Miles College. Strong upper body by him, fighting off a couple of arm tackles there by Tuskegee. Golden Tigers not getting those legs that stop him in his tracks. Able to spin forward for another yard, but it'll be fourth and goal to go now for the Golden Bears. Tuskegee defense, that number 1 defense inside the red zone, number 3 in the country. See if they can't make a stop here.
They're getting some fresh running backs into the ball game. They went for it on 4th and 2, bringing up this 4th and goal from the 4-yard line. They're packed it, everything inside, no wide receivers into the game, 2 running backs, 3 running backs.
They'll pack it in behind Ivory, and before they get the playoff, timeout taken by Coach Shade and the Golden Bears of Miles College. They're down at the 3 with a first and goal to third and goal touchdown opportunity here. Or be fourth and goal when they get back up to play after a timeout. Take a break here on the Golden Tiger Sports Network.
Hey, are you fixing the power?
Yep, I'm gonna get the lights back on.
Yeah, my power went out and I have to start level 14 all over again in our game. Yeah, why didn't mine go out?
Well, we have this technology that can stop an outage in its tracks.
Why?
So less people will be affected during the outage.
Why?
So you can make the level 15?
Come on, Brian. Let's go to your house and keep playing.
Good luck, guys.
On all recommended vaccines, including respiratory virus vaccines. Don't wait, vaccinate. For more information, visit alabamapublichealth.gov/IMN.
Back live here at Abbott Memorial Stadium here on the campus of Tuskegee University. I got the venues mixed up here.
You're not having flashbacks, are you?
No, not at all. Golden Bears of Miles College. That's where they play at Sloan Stadium on their campus. And speaking about the Golden Bears and Miles College, they annexed that new campus in Birmingham, that Birmingham Southern. So that's really going to widen their footprint in that area and really make them more of an attractive option for students who are thinking about going on to college.
Well, Miles College, which basically has a landlocked campus as it stands, really, that to your point, has room to grow now. Miles could be an interesting HBCU to follow. I predict that HBCU enrollment overall will increase over the next 4 years.
We'll see if we can't cipher that reference as the players make it back out onto the football field. They'll do so with 4th and goal to go for the Golden Bears.
As I said, I came out to have a good time.
After the timeout, Golden Bears trying to cash in after the interception on a pass by Bill. And they'll go 4th and goal to go. Leatherwood joins Ivory. High snap on the ground. Ball fake across the middle. A man wide open there for an easy touchdown. Got it to Griffin. The redshirt sophomore beat the defense on a crossing route in the base of the end zone for the easy touchdown pass.
Give credit to Ivory on the catch off of the errant snap, having enough presence to make the catch and spot the receiver flashing open right at the middle of the goal line.
Yeah, did a good job of ball handling by him, and the Golden Bears take advantage of the interception. They extend their lead to 16-0, and now Smith on to try the point after. Low snap, they got it airborne, and Smith able to convert the point after for the Golden Bears of Miles College. They lead 17-0. As this crowd continues to file in here, Mark, you can see now up at the gate at the top of the hill, most of the folks have made it into what would be the stadium from that vantage point. And just looking at where they are, boy, it's just really standing room only on that side of the football field behind the end zone to our left.
There are so many people at Abbott in the stadium. I was just taking a peek at the concession stand that's right below this broadcast booth. That's even packed. There's double lines, but to your point, I don't think you could fit many more people inside the bowl at Abbott Stadium. We're going to need a bigger boat.
Says the captain. That's right. 17-0 Golden Bears with the lead. Miles Torrey to kick it. And it'll be Stiff at the 7. Justice looking for some space left side. Got through the first wave. Now bumped at the 30-yard line and knocked down in his tracks at the 30. Justin just one set of players to beat there to find a little bit more daylight, but a good open field tackle there by the Golden Bears on special teams.
As the bands for Miles College goes into formation on the track right below us, the Tuskegee faithful under the shed haven't had much to cheer for. It would be nice for the Tigers to mount somewhat of an offensive drive to get this crowd involved in the ball game.
You're right. Silent at this point, trailing 17-0 the Golden Tigers to the Golden Bears of Miles College.
I wouldn't necessarily describe it as silent. You still have the sound systems going. They're more stunned than anything else.
On the ground, straight ahead. This is Leverett with the carry. Desmond with his first carry of the football game. Runs that one ahead for about 6, perhaps 7 yards on that play.
Tuskegee's offense wants to be thinking going up tempo right now. They're back to the line of scrimmage. Their job is to get the play calls from the sideline a lot quicker than they've done. See if they can pick up the pace.
Prior to that run by Leverett, you talk about picking up the pace. Tuskegee, 10 plays for just 19 yards, so they have definitely got to pick that pace up. Bill floated out in the flats. Bregman with the catch, trying to elude the defender, but a good open field tackle there. But Bregman with the catch, that's enough for the Vibes Restaurant first down for the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee. Only their second first down of this first half.
Well, this is nothing new for Miles College. Last week, the Morehouse Maroon Tigers finished with minus 57 yards rushing and did not have a run longer than 7 yards.
Yeah, defense for the Golden Bears just really pinned down Morehouse in terms of just oppressing that offense.
I don't think you heard me on that.
Yeah.
Minus 57 yards
Yeah.
rushing.
Sitting here looking at that same stat right here. Yeah. And Tuskegee, in the last couple of plays at 19, picked up a couple of ground gainers there to get a first down. And actually on that, going to put the football at the 46-yard line.
What you notice about the Golden Bears, Charles, they're very quick up front. They make quick penetration. They're in the backfield for Tuskegee in a flash.
Yeah, that front line for them not very big. So they make up for it in quickness. Field in the pocket now, floats one upfield and double coverage, trying to squeeze it there in to the tight end, Johnny Gilbert. There were two defenders riding Gilbert all the way.
Also flag thrown at the 33-yard line. We may get this call to the advantage of the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee on the interference.
You got the call there right, Lass. It was pass interference before the referee's mic went out again, but that'll push the football up the field for the Golden Tigers.
Also a bit surprised to see two Tuskegee receivers completing their patterns very close to one another, drawing the defensive backs into the neighborhood. There were three defensive backs within 7 yards of those two receivers.
Yeah, nice call on that. You can see Gilbert, the shorter of the two receivers, with another one just a few yards ahead in that route. They bunch it up this time. They'll go Wildcat. Leverett with the snap, looking for space. Leverett behind the line of scrimmage. Still fighting, but that's where 4 or 5 Golden Bears will catch up with him after about a yard loss on that play. Leverett trying to bounce off the initial hit. Play was going to the left, tried to go back to the right side, allowed that defense to catch up with him on a 5-yard loss.
I'm certain during film study, Miles College has studied how Tuskegee likes to go Wildcat and like to go Wildcat in sequences of plays.
Bill this time will line up in the pistol. And you reference the band getting ready for performance. Purple marching machine at Miles College. And the Crimson Pipers for Tuskegee. I think with Tuskegee, we're going to see some of the alumni from the band as Leverett with a catch on the outside, left side, has his legs taken from under him, but not until after a first down at the 35-yard line. So another Vibes Restaurant first down for the Tigers.
And to your point, Charles, those alumni members of the Tuskegee band, sometimes alumni show up just to march and get in formation. The alumni brought their instruments.
Oh, yeah, they're going to play. No question about it. They were here last night getting set for today's performance. And I mean the entire band, flag crew, the dancing group as well. Anybody that's an alum in any of those groups have at it on homecoming. Same play, Leverett, left side, catches it, runs out of bounds just in front of the Tuskegee bench.
I'm going to take a bold guess and say we're right under about 4 minutes to play in this first.
May not be a bad guess at all. You're right. They'll stop it here last year, a couple of minutes off. They stop it with a 2-minute break here before halftime. That 2 minutes is where we are remaining in this first half. Tuskegee at the 35-yard line of the Golden Bears, looking for their first points of this football game. Certainly would be great for them to get one before the break.
Going down 17-0 is not the look that Tuskegee wants going to the locker room. We've seen Tuskegee also make adjustments during the half on this afternoon. They're going to have to make those adjustments on offense.
Yeah, no question about it. Just very stagnant coming out in terms of the offense, no question, as this first half unfolds right now at 15 plays for 39 yards compared to 34 plays for the Golden Bears at 194 yards for them. Tuskegee on the season, they average right at 349 yards per ball game. But well off of that mark right now at this point in terms of getting to that number, the way this first half is unfolding. And have to really try to pick up the pace as it relates to that offense in the second half. But before them right now, 2 minutes remaining and a chance to get some momentum coming into the halftime.
Charles, while we have a minute, I want to thank 3 alumni who have been very supportive of GTSN. Arthur Woodson, the president of the Tuskegee Alumni Association out of New York. Like to also shout out to Janet Mann, president of the Alumni Association of Montgomery, Alabama. and also Charlotte Hopkins of Montgomery, of Atlanta.
Atlanta. Absolutely.
Atlanta,
Yeah.
a huge supporter. I get emails from Charlotte Hopkins during the week. I feel like I'm an honorary alumni because I'm so informed the way she stays in touch with updates. She had a detailed guide for how to handle homecoming.
Indeed. Did she reference the fact that they had a bus coming down here today of some alums from the Atlanta area? Yeah. Just been such a great response from the alumni base to GTSN and the coverage and just a chance to just leverage them in a way that probably have not been engaged before on the athletic side. And it's been a great relationship in terms of them supporting and trying to be a vessel for them to know what's going on with the athletics program. Timeout now, 2 minutes remaining in the first half. Tuskegee trying to get a score before the break. Movement up front, but everybody's on their side of the line. Bill will look to the sideline for the play call. And it looks like there's going to be a timeout taken by Coach James as they come out of the timeout and just perhaps wanted to see what the Golden Bears were lined up in, but they burn a timeout here.
I got a sense there was a bit of uncertainty on that play call as Beal got to the line of scrimmage, didn't see what he was, and head coach Aaron James didn't see what he was liking either, calls the timeout. This is a huge fourth down call for Tuskegee coming out of this 2-minute break.
Make sure they had it right in terms of what they wanted to run, so they'll burn it. You can't carry it over anyway, so they might as well use it here in this first half. So Tuskegee now back out onto the football field. So Raekwon Bill in the offense back out. Line of scrimmage to 35-yard line. 17-0 lead for the Golden Bears. They've already clinched their spot in the SIAC championship. Slots either side for Bill. Tuskegee with an outside chance of getting in, but they've got to get over this deficit. And now looks like a timeout's going to be taken by Coach Shade and the Golden Bears of Miles College. So at homecoming, the coaches are going, you can do one, I can do one better, right? So Shade and the Golden Bears take a timeout.
Got to give credit to Coach Shade turning this program around from a 1-9 season to where they are right now. They could really be complacent knowing that they have a spot in the SIAC championship game, but they've showed up at Tuskegee's homecoming as very rude guests so far.
Indeed. We were talking about the outside chance for the Golden Tigers to get into that championship ballgame. Of course, they have to win this afternoon against the Golden Bears. They also need a little bit of help from Albany State as they meet Fort Valley in the Fountain City Classic this afternoon.
Do the other one.
Okay.
Do the other
All
one.
right. I'm getting there. Okay. They also need a little bit of help from Morehouse as they meet Clark Atlanta this afternoon. The only bright spot about that one is that it's being played at Morehouse, and it's a big-time rivalry. Okay. We had to say it, right? Also, they need Everett Waters to defeat Allen as well. Crossing route, Bill shoots it up the field too far and out of the reach of Brigman.
Brigman was open, streaking open about the 15-yard line. Ball was just overthrown by Beal, who was under pressure.
So that was fourth down there by the Golden Tigers, and the football over to the Golden Bears of Miles College. So Tuskegee not able to punch it in for a score before the break, and the Golden Bears with another opportunity to see if they can't get another with just under 2 minutes left in the first half.
Well, we understand Morehouse is in rebuild mode with a brand new head coach, but those of you who are not aware, Clark Atlanta has a quarterback, David Wright, who is the truth. He really gave Tuskegee's defense all they could handle last week, and I expect Wright to have his way with Morehouse this afternoon.
Yeah, that'd be some odd money there that would be very well spent in terms of betting, because the way he looked last week, if he carries over even a portion of that, it'd be difficult for Morehouse to contend with that.
It's funny, he didn't look like much in warm-ups during pregame.
Yeah, you kept saying that last weekend, right?
But put him in the game, he turned into a Superman.
Ivory and the Golden Bears back out on the football field now. He'll slide right side. Got a man that's sliding out toward the sideline. That's Scott. He'll make the catch, step out of bounds on the Tuskegee sideline. Got about 4 on that pass, catch, and run.
Miles is thinking, use the sidelines to stop the clock. They're about 12 yards away from midfield. They may be thinking about what they have to do to get in position for at least a score inside the area where they could attempt a field goal.
Just under 2 minutes left, first half. Golden Bears taking it over after Tuskegee not able to advance on a fourth down play. 3 receivers at the bottom of the screen for Ivory. In the pocket, they're setting a screen right side. Catch is made, but wrapped up and slung out of bounds. Good defensive work there by the Golden Tigers to cover that play.
Terrence Mays has got the best motor of a big man that I have seen in a long time. He's 6 foot 295. We saw him make a tackle on the far side of the field against Miles as they were trying to drive for a touchdown. That time, Mays gets to the sideline, makes a tackle from behind.
He just manhandled the runner on that play. Wrapped up Roderick Thomas. Just slung him like a sack of potatoes right side.
Someone said, let there be light, and the lights have come on at
wow.
Abbott Memorial Stadium.
Yeah, for the very first time in a football game. Ivory with one leg wrapped up, now trying to free himself from that. They're finally going to blow a whistle there as he was wrapped up there. And good defensive work there by Javion Miller to kind of hang on there.
Miller had Ivory by the ankle, wouldn't let go. Ivory didn't want to go down totally. Did an excellent job of holding on until his teammates arrived.
Hey, you talk about this, the fact that the lights are on, looking at some of the camera people down here. They're actually focusing their cameras up there because this is really a historic moment as it relates to Tuskegee University football.
And on an overcast day, which we have experienced fog and gray skies, it is a perfect preview, or I should say inaugural moment for these lights.
It is. They've worked hard, A.D. Ruffin, to make sure that that happened with the support of the administration. This is the first time Tuskegee is under the lights for football. Right now, it's under the lights at homecoming 100 for the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee. And right now, the lights trailing at 17-0 to the Golden Bears of Miles College.
Given the normal festivities of a halftime at Tuskegee homecoming and the time change, those lights are going to come in handy.
Yeah, no question about it. They had a light show here last night, which they had the lights off.
How do you have a light show with the lights off?
Fair catch called for. Stith will make it at the 32.
So let me understand this. They had a lightless light show?
It wasn't the lights from the facility. It was a different type laser light show.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay.
You're with us now, right?
I'm with
okay.
you. I'm with you.
Right. Kind of like the neon lights on the markers at the sideline.
When did they get those anyway?
Sure. Hey, they have them out here, Lasseter. You see them over there?
I was totally impressed. The first game of the season, I hadn't done a game in so long, I didn't realize that the yard markers had been illuminated.
Yeah, things changed since the Stone Ages, my friend. So Tuskegee, after the fair catch, now will take it over from the 31. We'll see if they try to go up top for some more action here in this first half, trying to get that first score. Bill create the contact as he runs it left side, may have gotten a yard, not much more on that play.
Miles is doing an excellent job of disguising coverages. When Beal thought about throwing, Miles had dropped an extra defensive back into double coverage. Tuskegee only had 3 receivers in the pattern. Miles had 5 in coverage.
Yeah, you get the sense that Tuskegee, well, Miles is definitely going to play that based upon this part of the ball game. But Miller reticence anyway, and there it's going to be second interception of the ball game. Went out of the hands of the intended receiver, McGee, and McGee not able to pull it in, and that floating football, just an easy interception there for that Golden Bear defense.
Second time we've seen Beal high with a throw. Now, that's a catchable ball, but as the receiver went up, ball simply went through his hands, and Miles' defensive backs were on the spot to make the catch on the deflection. Now, as it stands, Miles will have the football at the 48-yard line.
That interception there with Don Shea Gaither, the redshirt junior.
Make that the 43.
So just when all of the coaches from Miles here on the level that we're on to our left in the coaches booth, they were already headed down to the locker room for halftime. And then after the interception, they all had to run back up here and get into the booth again. because their offense is back out on the football field.
Tuskegee now dropping their safeties about 15 yards deep, trying to form somewhat of an umbrella against this pass formation.
Yeah, that's a second pick of this first half by Bill with 17-0. The Golden Bears with the lead and the football. They take a time out here to try to see how they plot getting into the end zone. Let's take a quick break here as well on GTSN.
Is one of the safest preventative care measures available to protect you and your family from disease. Many children and adults that delayed vaccination during the pandemic are still behind schedule. It is crucial that we take steps to get everyone back on track with their routine immunizations. Tuskegee fans, let's all do our part to get back on track. Protect yourself and others by making sure you are up to date on all recommended vaccines, including respiratory virus vaccines. Don't wait. Vaccinate. For more information, visit alabamapublichealth.gov/IMM.
Here, Golden Bears after the timeout now, trying to see if they can punch in another one here at homecoming 100 for the Golden Tigers. That one's thrown underneath the intended receiver and incomplete. Had to come back for that football. Taj Lee not able to do so. That one incomplete for the Golden Bears. Now, you know the conversation with Tuskegee is no way can we let them score here before this intermission.
Miles College trying to go underneath and allowing the receiver to see what he can pick up after the catch, as Tuskegee, as you mentioned, Charles, has their two safeties about 20 yards off the line of scrimmage.
Ivory with the snap. Pressure at the corners. He steps up, sliding toward the line of scrimmage and hit from behind. Catching up with that play, Tyler Wells, another big hit by Wells for that Tuskegee defense.
And that's fortunate for Tuskegee, because if Wells doesn't get in and make that hit, Miles had two receivers approaching the goal line.
That was the final play of the first half. Ends on a sack by Wells of Ivory. And this first half ends with the Golden Bears of Miles College leading at 17-0 over the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee. Time for the Golden Tigers to regroup at halftime. We'll see how they come out in the second half. Let's take a break here on the Golden Tigers Sports Network. Golden Tigers trailing 17-0. More football just ahead.
Be the you you've always wanted to be. Wind Creek Casino. It's your kind of fabulous.
Hey,
Hey,
what are you doing?
just marking off this area here with cones so we can repair the storm damage.
Why?
So no one gets near the down power lines.
Why?
Because down power lines can be dangerous if you touch them. But it's okay, it's okay. That's what we're here for.
Why?
To keep you safe. So you can, walk Fido there.
Her name is Princess Buttercup.
Buttercup, okay.
Show live every Monday at 6 p.m. at Vibes Restaurant and Lounge. Join us for an evening of exciting football insight from Tuskegee head coach Aaron James and play-by-play announcer Charles Ward with special guests. Come enjoy great food, drinks, and an inside look at all the action from the gridiron. Be part of the conversation and show your support for our Golden Tigers.
say? Oh, you can just turn your camera towards me. So that works. Test, 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 test. So we know that works. So we can be down here. All we have to do is just talking to it like this. That works. Make sure you're doing a really good job of pulling closer for the first team when they're talking. Because I know you don't want to close to yourself, but
Let's grab a queen. That way we can test.
the Tuskegee University of almost 40 years here. I'm the 90th Tuskegee. I ran from 2019 to 2020, and I'm very appreciative of the experience that Tuskegee has decided to show us this honor moment. And we have a lot of years back, like I mentioned. So homecoming is about celebrating with family, friends, and making new family and friends.
How unique is it? This is 100 years of homecoming. How is that unique to you?
I think it's unique to me because it's a reminder of where we come from as a university. Being able to bring so many people here, it's just it's okay. So it's a very unique experience. We have, they said we were planning for 70,000 people to be here today. How unique can that be? We all decided to be here on this very important day for our university. So it's a very unique experience.
All right, so I'm going to do this thing. Take me back. Give
Okay.
me memorable
moments. That was my moment. I was proud, sir, in the shed. They took me from the top of the student section to the bottom of the student section. I think because of my size. But that was the most fun. And I also have to say, just being a part of the Miss Tuskegee generation as well. It was memorable. And I have so many memories. I can't even think of just two, but thank you for asking.
I just said 2, man. You just gave me 2 licenses. I know you got 15 more.
I do. They're ready. They're locked and loaded.
All right, so give me an outcome for today's game. Who's broken in?
Of course. We might win. I have not checked the score, so honestly, I don't know. What's the score?
You know what? This will take out the scoreboard.
Yes,
man.
let's do
So
that.
we'll figure out who's going to be all right?
Yeah.
Back to you guys.
Oh, thank you. That's so super cute.
That was so cool, though, the way you did it. Like,
They moved to
Oh. Do we ever win? I didn't want to say that.
Back live here at Cleve Abbott Memorial Alumni Stadium, starting the third quarter of action. Golden Tigers after the intermission, trailing at 17-0, and trying to see if they can make some corrections or adjustments at a halftime mark to really kind of get back into this football game against the Golden Bears of Miles College.
Charles, I'm looking at the halftime stats in disbelief. In one category, football is very simple. Run the football, stop the run. Well, Miles ran the football 25 times for 130 yards in that first half. In the second half, Tuskegee, I'm going to say this slowly, had 3 yards rushing.
Wow. Well, you talked about the potency of that Golden Bear defense, what they did against the Maroon Tigers of Morehouse College. And, boy, they're carrying it over here to this homecoming game.
They take advantage, as you mentioned. They may not be the largest defensive front, but they take advantage of their quickness, and they're into the backfield before the running game can get started. Their penetration is elite.
And you talk about it, you see some of it right here on this play from scrimmage that they pursue on the inside, play starting just up the middle of the football field, but they, with their pursuit, just push it to the left or to the right from our vantage point and back about a half yard.
What they do an excellent job of, Charles, is finding the gaps in the Tuskegee front. And they're just getting to those gaps faster than Tuskegee can react. And as a result, the running game has no space to get started.
Golden Bears averaging only 200 pounds that defensive front, and it's showing with their quickness and sure tackling. But just underway here in the third, Charles Ward, Mark Lassiter, Gold Network continued coverage of Tuskegee football at homecoming number 1 on the ground. With the football is Mulba with the football, and Mulba hitting his tracks as he tries to string it out toward the sideline and did not get any positive yardage on that.
On the last play, Miles had 4 down linemen. They had 3 linebackers leaning heavily to the strong side, to the right side, exactly where Tuskegee ran the football and outmanned Tuskegee up front, got to the point of the court game. This third down on about 9 call for Tuskegee deep in their own territory.
You know what the Golden Bears are sensing here. Let's press them down 3 and out. Let's get the football back, score another touchdown. Really put this thing away real quick here at the start of the third quarter. So Tuskegee pressed up against the end zone. Got to kind of get that football out of there. Only 3 first downs in that first half of play. Bill in the pocket now. Fires underneath, crossing route, catch their football knocked out of the hands of Beckford. And they're ruling that it was a fumble football. And the Golden Bears are saying that they have. It was incomplete instead, though. Beckford had enough, what would have been close to a first down, but he was hit there, and they pushed that football free from him, close to play. Tuskegee only lucky that it was called incomplete.
Fortunate for Tuskegee, that was ruled an incomplete pass because Miles had 3 players right on the spot to make that recovery. The ball was knocked loose, and they were already celebrating in the end zone, that feeling they had another 6 points. But Tuskegee, as it stands, their punter will be kicking from the end line of the end zone.
Ryans will be at the base of the end zone and hits it in the end zone. Got it to turn just a little bit, backpedaling near the 47-yard line on a return right side. And at the 27-yard line, we'll see where they actually mark the return man out for the Golden Bears.
What you start to understand, Charles, is why Miles is one of the elite teams in the SIAC. They do a tremendous job of running the football, but at the same time, they can stop the run. Tuskegee not able to do anything with the ground game so far, and Miles takes over inside the 30-yard line. They keep the ball on the ground. They'll do 2 things. They'll keep the clock going, keep the ball out of Tuskegee's hands. They come away with any kind of points here, this game becomes very lopsided.
No question about that. Tuskegee defensively has got to step up here with a very short field. Just underway here, second half. 17-0 lead for the Golden Bears. They're undefeated in conference play. Ivory, ball fake, going to go up top. Got a man there, separation there, batted away. Good job by Michael King there on the defense. Trying to get it on a fly route there to Pierre. And Michael step for step on a good defensive play right at the end of that pass.
Michael King's listed at 5'10", 175. We've seen him make plays close to the line of scrimmage. That time in coverage, got his hand up just at the last minute because the receiver for Miles was actually open about 2 yards behind his coverage.
So that pass goes incomplete. 2nd and 10 from the 28-yard line is where they've got it marked. Golden Bears going right to left, third quarter action. 17-0 lead. Snap to Ivory, looks to the left, fires it on a comeback route. Catch is made there by Fells. Fells works his way to the inside. His first catch of the ball game.
Nice job of Malik Moore wrapping up at the 25-yard line. This brings up a 3rd down and 5 call for Miles. Tuskegee's coverage is going to be really interesting at this point. Do you load up the interior line to stop the run? Miles is now running 3 wide receivers to the near side to the left of the formation.
And Tuskegee's going to have King, Holt, and over that way is Reynolds off of those 3 receivers. Snap to Ivory. Wait, throws to the underneath man. And there catches by Fells again. Fells to the first down marker. And for the Golden Bears of Miles College, they threw it right to the sticks. It's there.
Give credit to the receiver for fighting for the extra yardage. He felt contact, spotted around, picked up that extra yard to pick up the first.
So 1st and 10 now from the 16. On the ground, Ivory will keep to the inside. Had 2 defenders for Tuskegee there defending Edgar. As the players kind of rough it up there in the backfield, Scott, and it's like that Styler Smith out there kind of getting into it a little bit there.
Such a good ball fake that Javion Miller took a fence attempted block by the running back for Miles, and they got tangled up. They wouldn't either of them let go. And about 5 seconds after the play, they're still tangled up. The referees had to come in and separate them. Fortunate there were no flags thrown after that extracurricular activity.
Yeah, you're right. It was Miller on that thing on the tie up there with Scott. He's just kind of diverting from the play because they were so entangled there right in front of the officials.
Javion Miller didn't like that ball fake.
2nd down and about 6 here for the Golden Bears. Ivory crossing or route there on the inside. Got it down 5. Catch made there. That's another first down back to Fells again. So Fells with 3 catches on this possession for the Golden Bears, and they are inside of the Tuskegee 5.
At this point, it appears that the Tuskegee defense is just some hard hits it rather than just wrap up. They're trying to spend on this Miles College offense.
So 1st and goal to go now. They'll put it at the 3. Ivory going to go on this. Gives it to the second man to about the 2-yard line.
The only that, Charles, you get over aggressive and you lose technique. That last run by Miles, you can see the running back spin out of that attempted tackle. Should have been stopped for a loss.
There's Edward Osley on that return, on that carry. They'll go back to him again. Same result. He'll spin in the inside this time. Tuskegee shuts him out, denies him access to that end zone. He had to spin it back to the inside.
Nothing fancy for Miles. They're running an offense with all running backs in this formation, almost a wishbone look.
And this time it'll be Ivory trying to push it left side. Tuskegee standing him up again down at the 1. So the Golden Bears going quick on these plays inside that 5-yard line, but Tuskegee right now denying them that end zone. And it'll bring up a 4th down now and goal to go for the Golden Bears.
And if you're playing defense, that type of sequence that quickly is exhausting.
Sure. And they're gearing it up again here. 4th and goal to go. This time they'll go on the ground left side, and I think they got the spacing they did. Touchdown for Miles College. Yeah, they tried a couple of plays right side, went up the middle, and then this time on the left side, they're successful with the touchdown.
The word that comes to mind is relentless. Miles College, nothing fancy, just everything inside the tackles, straight up the middle. They get the score they wanted coming off of Tuskegee not being able to do anything with the football early in this third quarter.
Osley on that touchdown run left side. That's his 4th touchdown of the season for Miles. And that allows them to extend their lead to 23-0. Smith set for the point after. And he knocks that through for the Golden Bears as well. So 24-0 your score now as the Golden Bears take advantage of a short field and score another touchdown. Take a break here on the Golden Tiger Sports Network. Tuskegee with a lot of work ahead of itself.
Staying up to date on all recommended vaccines protects you and your family from disease. Protect yourself and others by making sure you're up to date on all recommended vaccines, including respiratory virus vaccines. Don't wait, vaccinate. For more information, visit alabamapublichealth.gov/IMM.
I love the lake. It's like one of the few places I can just let go and be myself. I really love it here.
Back live here at Abbott Memorial Stadium at Tuskegee University. And Mark, the news just keeps getting worse and worse for the Golden Tigers at this point. Early in the start of the third quarter, Golden Bears on the short field, they extend their lead.
Problem with Tuskegee, unable to move the football. If you give Miles an opening, they'll take advantage of it. Down 24-0, receiving the football. Wouldn't be surprised to see Coach Aaron James consider a change at quarterback.
Oh, consider, absolutely. Right now, they're at 22 plays with just 41 yards of offense. So,
you know, I don't like math. We can average that out real quick.
Sure. That's in the area where you're beyond consideration. You just got to do something to try to shake things up while there is some time still remaining. So the Golden Bears to kick away a real short kick. Coming up, trying to get it, and it'll run out of bounds. Trying to get there before it did so was Devin Cooper, but he wasn't. He was so far back on the return that pooch kick got in between him and scooted out at the out of bounds side on the Tuskegee side of the field.
Let me go ahead and play backup quarterback advocate. I was watching during pregame. Michael Franklin, the junior quarterback for Tuskegee, 6'2", 195, out of Los Angeles, California, was throwing the ball very well in warmups.
Looks like it's still going to be Bill out there calling the signal, so he'll come out, and Tuskegee will have the football from their own 30-yard line is where they're going to put it. Or they'll put it up at the 35. There was a flag thrown at that on that kick. And with the benefit of that penalty, they'll go from the 35-yard line. So Bill lines up in the pistol. Morris joins him in the backfield. Slot is to the near side. And in motion comes Brigman now. On the handoff, Morris beats the first defender at the corner. Now tries to turn it and knock down at the line of scrimmage. They had him pinned in the backfield, but Johnny was able to shake that first defender off and is not able to get anything beyond the line of scrimmage, though, because of the quickness of the Golden Bears closing at the corner.
Credit the pursuit of Josh Ruff. Got to the point of attack on a corner. Tuskegee receiver tried to make a few moves, but Ruff wasn't going for any of the fakes. Made the tackle for a loss, and that has been the theme of this Miles College defense, tackles for loss.
Gave him about a half yard on that play, but not much. That's going to be second down and 9. Scoreboard showing here. Still keeping the time down on the field. Phil, ball fake now. Phil's now. He'll slide right side. He'll have to run it here at the 40-yard line and shoved out of bounds near the 42-yard line. Going to be a couple yards shy of the first down marker.
Beal has got to be feeling those 2 interceptions from the first half may make him a little bit more indecisive in his throws downfield.
It'll be about 3rd and 2.5 here for Tuskegee. Got to get it right at the 45 for the Vibes Restaurant first down. Only been able to call 3 of those in this football game so far. Moku will slide the line for Tuskegee. He'll work it right side. Bill in shotgun. 3rd down play. Here's the snap on the ground. Morris, second wave of the defense, but hit there at the line of scrimmage. And you talked about it, Mark. The surge of that Golden Bear defense is just so strong. Johnny looked like he had a hole there. It just ran into a cement wall.
Tuskegee on his second possession, unable to pick up a first down, will now give the ball again back to Miles College. 2 drives, 0 first downs.
So Ryan's on now to punt it away. Jacquel Fells, the redshirt junior from Pinson, Alabama, stands deep to receive. Snap. Ryans with the kick. Good high kick there by Larkin. Fells calls for a fair catch, sliding toward the Golden Bear sideline, squeezes it near the 14.
The third quarter is normally when the Crimson Piper marching band cranks up ball and parlay, but down 24-0, there's not much to ball and parlay about.
Sure. So looking for some spark, some level of inspiration. But it's just been oppressive by the Golden Bears in terms of their defensive play.
I do, however, see the tuba section raising their horns on the far sideline under the shed.
May get a little action from them. Looks like we've got, I'm not sure if these are the former Queens here at Tuskegee. They're being promenaded around the stadium here at Abbott. I know this is the prevailing or the current Queen Court and their escorts. They have here, I believe those are some of the former Queens. They were touted as being a part of the homecoming activities. And you see driving the golf cart, Chief Operating Officer Rolandus Rice, bringing that entourage around. Part of the homecoming festivities here at Tuskegee. This is the 100th time they've done it here at Tuskegee. And the first time it's been done under the lights at Cleve Abbott Memorial Alumni Stadium.
So for the 100th homecoming, just to set the scene, we are looking at a procession of at least 50 former, well, it can't be 50.
No, it can't be.
Yeah, can't be 50. I'm just trying to do the math.
Right? Sure. Some of those women in the back look way too young for that.
Let's just say there are a lot of women who are Tuskegee alums wearing
let's be safe.
Crimson and gold jackets that are promenading on the track in front of the alumni section here at Abbott, and we'll leave it at that.
Play set to resume, but most of the attention on the group of young ladies walking by here on the home side or the alumni side of Abbott Stadium. Ivory, short drop, dumps it out in the flats. Catch made at the corner. Helmet floating there on the turf, far side after the catch and run by Thomas out of the backfield.
I caught myself once I looked at the number
Sure.
of women, and then I did the subtraction from where we are in 2024 and going back. I said, wait a minute, that's a little bit too many to have each one of those be a homecoming
Sure,
queen.
right. None of those people look to be 100, right? So pick up a 4 on that play by Thomas out of the backfield on a little short route and catch.
Miles College won't do anything fancy here. They're going to be confident just to keep the ball in the middle of the field, run football.
And that's exactly what they do. They run that one up the middle. May have gotten a yard, not much more there. They have to be, at this point, just kind of concerned at some point taking their foot off the pedal here and trying to make sure they don't incur any injuries, given that they know they're already slotted for the SIAC championship game.
Also, note that tempo is slowed. Cameron Ivy, quarterback for Miles, in between plays, taking his time, getting the plays in from the sideline. They're in no hurry to get the next play off.
They'll get it off just before the clock expires, and they go with a passing route beyond the sticks. Good enough for a first down.
Give credit to Ivory for being accurate when he does decide to throw. Excellent footwork, throws on balance, on schedule with his receivers. Nothing flashy. Again, he's not one of the most mobile or quickest quarterbacks we've seen this season, but he's exceptionally accurate with his throws.
Griffin on the receiving end of that pass, and that was good enough for the Miles first down. Just got a read from the PA announces about 4:17 remaining here in the third.
This has been a quick-paced third quarter.
So it'll be first down for the Golden Bears when they get set to snap this football. They'll do so from their own 23-yard line. A reminder that we are at Rob's Restaurant on Monday night. Live with head coach Aaron James will be there on this Monday discussing homecoming. High snap. Ivory handles, shoots one on a 1-and-1 down the field, but can't run it down. They had it on the fly, was Pierre. A route we've seen a couple of times in this football game. Michael King on the coverage there for Tuskegee.
The thing you notice about Michael King, Charles, got the ability to change gears in stride with the receiver. It didn't feel like he was running full out, but with his stride, he was able to keep up. Didn't have to throw it in the fourth. Only use that if needed.
Sure. Yeah, kind of made that burst right there to get in step with Pierre down the field. So that'll bring up second down now for Miles College. A couple of teams in contention for that second spot in the SIAC to play this team in the championship ball game next weekend. Ivory, they press him right side. Breaks to contain Ivory at the 35 and scoots out of bounds there for a positive pickup there.
So you're telling me that the championship game for the SIAC happens before Tuskegee's Thanksgiving Day game against Alabama State?
That's exactly what I'm telling you.
So if Tuskegee, let me get this straight. If Tuskegee had made the SIAC championship game, they would have another game tacked on after that.
They would. Yep. Long season. Yeah.
That's a long season.
Yeah, that's the way they've been doing it for years. Just kind of added that Turkey Day Classic back a few years ago, but it stretches the schedule. I was talking to Coach James about it on Monday night of this past week, and he was saying, it's just a difficult thing for that amount of a layoff to get ready for that. as they try to contain Ivory in the backfield. Ivory slides, works it right side, got it up the field, and a catch made near the 47-yard line.
How did Ivory escape that pressure from
Absolutely.
Tuskegee? Circling back deep inside his own red zone at about the 15, Ivory is never in a hurry. He just seems to do just enough to escape tackles, makes a throw to the sideline for a first where Tuskegee should have had him trapped.
Indeed. How good was that? Really good play by him just to keep on his feet. Up to the 47 for the first.
I will say this about Cameron Ivory of Miles. He's got to be the coolest quarterback that we've seen. Under pressure, he doesn't change pace. There's no panic in his game. He doesn't freak out under pressure. He just does what he has to do.
Yeah. Redshirt junior from Birmingham, transferred from Alcorn State. Ball faked by Ivory in the pocket. This time they'll get the sack on him, covering Terrence Mays. Mays found the lane and got Ivory down to the ground.
Mays just a little bit slow getting up, but we talked about Mays' pursuit all afternoon. Big tackle for Tuskegee, nearly 300-pounder, got a hit in and is celebrating himself after that last hit on the quarterback.
So that'll put it back to the 40-yard line. Just 35 seconds, a minute 35, I beg your pardon, left in this third quarter of play. 4-0 lead for the Golden Bears.
Yeah, Terrence Mays is a junior out of Detroit. It would be interesting to see if he sticks around another year. If Tuskegee can match him with another few defensive linemen to really build this defense.
Ivory on a second down play, he'll set in the pistol. On the ground. They give it up on the inside, and barreling ahead on that carry is Thomas. Thomas pats midfield inside of the 45 down to about the 44 on the Tuskegee end of the field.
It's rare when you see running backs, Charles, able to change direction without decelerating. That time Thomas planted about the 45-yard line, seemed to pick up speed off the cut rather than lose speed. Another huge pickup for Miles College.
Third down and about 1 after the run by Thomas on the inside. And as you reference, Mark, they're not going to be in a hurry at all to try to get this snap away. They do so. Ball fake. Dumping there and trying to get it to a man sliding out for a screen play just past the line of scrimmage, but the receiver slipped down and the pass goes incomplete.
You see Cameron Ivory, the quarterback for Miles, just hopping up and down, knowing that he had what he wanted. Receiver, as you mentioned, just slipped down. It wasn't his fault. Ivory had the ball in the area because he knew they make that completion. There was another 15 yards of clear field in front of the reception.
It's Taj Lee. He was trying to get it into the hands. Lee just slipped on the surface. So that'll be fourth down and less than a yard. So you know the Golden Bears are going for this. They'll put it on the ground, left side, and spinning through that first wave of the tackle. I think that's Leatherwood on that carry. And he got it up. They'll mark him at the 41. That's enough for the Golden Bear first down.
I want to look ahead just a bit. Tuskegee has got to get this bagel off the scoreboard.
I agree. They won't do it here in the third quarter, though, because that one has expired, and we head into the fourth. We head into the fourth with the bagel still there, and it's a 24-0 lead for the Golden Bears of Miles College. We'll step out, take a break here on the Golden Tiger Sports Network, and bring you the final quarter here of Homecoming 100 for Tuskegee University after this timeout.
Broadcast coverage of Tuskegee Athletics on the Golden Tiger Sports Network is brought to you by Alabama Department of Public Health. Healthy people, healthy communities, healthy Alabama. Booster Digital Displays, dedicated to providing high-quality, affordable LED displays with exceptional service. TNT Fireworks, celebrating more than 100 years of America's #1 best-selling brand of fireworks. Alabama Power, developed for the service of Alabama. Wind Creek Casino, Montgomery. Elevate your game to fabulous. The Home Depot, more saving, more doing. Coca-Cola, real magic. Zuby's Taco Kitchen. Yellowwood. and by Vibes Restaurant. We're all about good vibes.
Into the fourth quarter we go here at the 100th homecoming for the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee. Mark, you made the point at the end of the third quarter that Tuskegee's got to get that bagel off of the scoreboard. Go deeper.
Charles, we know that Tuskegee homecoming is all about seeing and being seen. There are people here that this is the one football game they attend all season. This is the one football game that sets your reputation for better or for worse for coaches. During the last time out, I noticed Kenny McCoy, defensive tackle from Miles College, who was at the 25-yard line on the field about 10 yards in, posing for photographs. I want you to think about that for a second.
Sure.
If you're at the beginning of the fourth quarter and you have members of the opposing team in full uniform posing for photos on your field, that's not the look you're going for.
No, absolutely
and so
not.
Tuskegee has got to be thinking, we can't go out like this. We cannot go out with a shutout on homecoming. The 100th homecoming cannot have this bagel.
Okay, because I'm going to say
start the fourth. Chance to see if they can erase it off of the scoreboard. At the end of three is 58 plays for the Golden Bears, 268 yards total offense for Tuskegee, 25 plays offensively, and 49 yards total offense. Ivory going to go up top, trying to get a man behind the coverage, streaking and caught in stride for the touchdown. Beat the defense that time. They've been running that play on the fly all game long, but this time behind the defense, catch was made by Fells, and Fells gets into the end zone for Miles College.
Incredible throw by Ivory, in stride, beyond the coverage. Miles is just having its way with the Tuskegee pass defense.
Let's go downstairs. Dylan's got a gas. Dylan.
I'm standing down here with AD Reginald Ruffin, who's still working right now. He's just getting people in the places they need to be. Thank you for just giving us a couple of minutes. 2024 homecoming. This is the 100th homecoming for TU. What's it been like for you this week?
Well, it's been really tough. When I say tough, making sure all the RVs, all the ticket sales, all the tent sales, and getting everybody in here to look at the atmosphere, man. This is homecoming. This is what it's all about, coming back to your alma mater, coming back for homecoming. This is really a great feeling to see this many people in the stadium.
I was just going to say, because when I look up there, that hill is full. Every place I've been, people have been all over the place. What does that do for you personally?
Well, it get me pumped. Number one is the big support. I have a great president and Dr. Brown, his initiative with our Student First and our students here, our student body under the shed, and all our alums coming back. So it really gets me pumped to see our alums come back and come back to Gill and come back to support and celebrate our 100th centennial.
Okay, so I'm going to go here. What was your most memorable moment being on this campus?
Well, for me, the defensive coordinator at the time, under Willie Slater and Coach Comedy, it was great just to know that homecoming looked like this. I played at the University of North Alabama, and I can promise you when they said it was homecoming, if it was 3,000 fans in the stand, that was homecoming at that institution. But when they used to tell me homecoming looks like this, man, it looks just like this.
AD Ruffin, I appreciate your time. Thank you so much. I'm going to let you go back over there and enjoy yourself.
Thank you.
All right. Appreciate you.
Thank you, Phil. Thank you, A.D. Ruffin. Back to live action here on the return. It was Devin Cooper on the right side for Tuskegee. Cooper got it up near the 27-yard line as well. They'll mark him out.
After that last touchdown, Charles, wide receiver Kadarius Griffin of Miles went the length of the bench to celebrate that last touchdown. Miles College's bench is as animated as you'll see a bench all season, knowing they came into Abbott Stadium. Has put up 31 points so far.
And to the point that you made early in this ball game with regard to where these programs are as it relates to their historic history, and one that's just really coming into its own and being recognized as one of the echelon teams in the SIAC. There's really nothing, there's no love lost between these two programs. They're both from Alabama, and as many years as Tuskegee has in the series overall just dominated Miles, they know that every opportunity that they have while they're up now, they're going to take full advantage of it. So you likely not to see any breaks being lifted here.
That's a great point. There's a lot of intensity on the field. You can see after some of these plays, starting in the first quarter, when the Tuskegee player went into the Miles bench, it took about a minute to get him separated and back to the center of the field, hoping that this game winds up without any extra shenanigans. But I wouldn't be surprised if there were some.
Cooper on a catch, this time on a crossing route. They got it into the hands of McGee. So Jamarcus McGee catches one at midfield, and that is a Vibes Restaurant first down for the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee. Only their fourth of the football game. From midfield, Bill, pass out in the flats, catch there by Sellers, but seized up immediately after the catch for no gain. May have lost a few on that play.
Pursued that time by Antonio Reeves, the defensive back for Miles, was closing in before the running back for Tuskegee could get turned upfield. Reeves just closed too fast.
Loss of about 5 on the play as a result. They were just trying to do a little swinging gate pass out there to Sellers in space, but he was wrapped up immediately. So 2nd and 15 after the 5-yard loss. In motion goes Cooper, and a whistle at the line of scrimmage. Didn't see the flag, but it's still a false start against the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee. That'll push them back even more.
Unusual to see a penalty against LeBron Merriweather, who's been a normally very dependable player inside for Tuskegee.
So that pushes them back, makes it 2nd down and 20 now. Bill. He'll take the snap. Backpedaling now. Unloads it. Same route. Sellers scoots out of bounds inside the Tuskegee bench.
Sellers stepped out, but they're going to keep the clock running. Again, we've had technical difficulties all around. The clock scoreboard has been out since the first quarter. So we've had to manage time on our own.
Yep, and trying to manage our reporters down at field level, which we have now. Phil Proctor standing by with President Brown.
I've never been in the president's company before, but now. All right, I'm down here with the president of TU. I've never been in the company of a president before, but Dr. Mark Brown is here with me. First of all, I got to say, you are the cleanest dressed. He has on this white suit, man. Did you pick that out this morning yourself?
You know, actually, I didn't. My roommate of 34 years picked it out, and she often does that. And this is an all white out, and we'll tell you why we did that. We did that because we want to make sure everybody that sees Tuskegee today sees us in our true light. And our true light is just like you see. There's about 40,000 people here today, I'm told. That's our Centennial homecoming. We broke the record with 40,000 folks.
Talk to me about that, man. What is it like seeing all these people out here and as your first year as president?
It breaks a myth. There's a myth that alumni don't support their HBCU. Nothing could be farther from the truth. And the visible evidence of that is right here today. Anybody that bought one of those shirts that has that Centennial emblem on it, they also contributed to the endowment of Tuskegee University, which means they're helping students continue to go to school. So all of this, it's a party with a purpose, right? We have a purpose, and it's economic.
Well, I enjoy the party and the purpose. What's it been like as president?
You know what? Every day when I get up, it's not like you're going to work. For me, I feel like I'm walking across sacred grounds. This place changed my life, and for me, it's doing the same thing for over 3,000 students today. So it is not like having a job at all. I hope you enjoy your job. I don't have one. What I'm talking about is doing something that's a labor of love. I love doing this, and I would do it if there was no pay or if there's no benefits. I'm doing it because it's what I want to do at this point in my life.
Dr. Brown, I'm excited about what I do, but I'm more excited when I get a chance to talk to you. So here's my last question. We hear the band in the background. You were part of a band back in the day. What was that like in comparison?
Well, you listen closely. What they're saying is we ball and parlay, rather sunny or gray. And back in my day, it was the same thing. So this band can make this entire crowd more enthused than ever. And you know what? It's not just music. It's the soul, right? We reach in and grab the soul of everybody and remind them who we are. We ball and parlay, whether sunny or gray, right? This is who we are, Tuskegee.
I want to thank you so much, Dr. Brown. That was Dr. Brown that was getting down without a frown on my face. I couldn't be in this place and never be a disgrace. Sir, enjoy the rest of your afternoon.
Thank you very much, and thank you all for doing this. All right.
While we're being with President Brown, a couple of comments he made during his conversation, indication that over 40,000 here today last in terms of attendance. So trying to find a bright spot as it relates to this gloomy day on the field and both turning weather-wise as well, saying that this is the idea about partying with a purpose in terms of the number of people that are here. Just a good opportunity for the alumni to come back and just to witness all the growth here as it relates to Tuskegee athletics with the turf field and now the lights shining brightly here as well. Meanwhile, on the field, Tuskegee had to put the football away. The Golden Bears on a return by Fells. They have it now on 24-yard line as play resumes.
Learned one thing about President Mark Brown of Tuskegee. We've seen him celebrate on the field with his team on the road.
Sure.
We know that he's a staunch supporter of the first-year president of Tuskegee. If we know anything, he's going to be supportive of this program.
No doubt about it. Golden Bears on the ground just trying to eat some clock there now. And that run is Thomas up the middle. He got it past the 25 up near the 29-yard line. And let's face it, nobody's going to be happy about the results that happened here on the field today. People are aware, though, that Miles is a very strong football team coming into today's homecoming ball game. And to your point early on about scheduling a team like this for a homecoming, it really kind of draws the attention to what we talked about before, is that they schedule these teams because they know how much of a rivalry this is. In addition to being homecoming, it really allows them to talk about numbers over 40,000 people coming because that added level of incentive.
Well, let's be honest. We may be witnessing the SIAC eventual champions for 2024 in the Miles College Golden Bears. Tuskegee has nothing to be ashamed of. They just caught a team that's been on a hot streak and still playing excellent ball.
Yeah, they're undefeated in conference play at 7-0 and 7-2 overall, and just kind of tore through the conference this season with just a level of play that really nobody could really match. And it'll be interesting to see who they wind up playing in the championship ball game. A couple of ball games that started earlier in the day with some implications as to who will be there. Could either be Albany State or Fort Valley, depending who won that ball game there. And Clark Atlanta may be still in the hunt, assuming that they defeated Morehouse this afternoon.
Whoever plays Miles College better bring some runnings.
Good call. That's right. Golden Bears with it from their own 35-yard line. Ivory still at quarterback off right side. Second wave of the defense turned over. After that carry was Jamari Riley, the freshman from Columbus. And second down play coming here for the Golden Bears. While they do that, let's send you down to field level to Phil standing by with Dr. Rolandis Rice. Phil.
All right, I'm down here with Dr. Rolandis. I love that name, man, Rice. So, Dr. Rice, tell me about today. It's 2024 homecoming, and the students over there are having a ball. Yeah, they're having a ball, and 100 years represents a century of winning on the football field and academic excellence. And when you combine that with us honoring 50 Miss Tuskegees, who are the shining, most visible, tangible manifestations of Tuskegee's core values in human form, it speaks to the magnitude of this moment.
What does it mean for the 100th? What does it mean for this to be the 100th homecoming for Tuskegee, especially being a Tuskegee grad?
I mean, it's a fascinating experience. I did not graduate from Tuskegee, but I had long memories and desires of attending TU. So I was just lucky enough to be employed as the COO and VP of Student Affairs to serve Mother Tuskegee and serve all of Booker T's sons and daughters. But 100 years, a century. Think about this. The stats say that most businesses fail within 5 years. More than 100 years. Do this on the football field for over a century. It's a shining symbol of success and just a commitment to serving people.
And I'm sorry for you saying that you graduated. You were so enthusiastic when you were telling me everything. I'm like, he has to be a graduate.
They have made me an honorary grad. The alums have embraced me, my wife, my kids. And if I had known about Tuskegee much earlier, I would have worked 5 jobs myself just to attend if I would have been able enough to come to Tuskegee.
Now, I've been watching you all day. You have been all over this place. And I literally just saw you the ambassador for everything you do. Why is that important for you to be involved like that?
Well, Dr. King said it best that everybody can be great because everybody can serve. I don't believe in just sitting in the office behind a desk signing papers. I want to reach, teach, touch, and transform everybody who comes on this campus. This role allows me to do that.
Now, I will have to say this. Someone told me when you talk to Dapper Dean, you got to talk about what is the dapperness.
Well, I tell you, I was a high school dropout who earned a GED, then earned a PhD. So at my first deanship, I would dress a certain way. So my students said, oh man, I like how he wears his ties, his suits. I like how his shoes shine. So my students gave me the name Dapper Dean. And so it stuck. I ran with it and have used that platform to touch students and remind them it's not where you start, but how you finish.
Well, I've been watching you all day. And by the way, he had the Versace's on and was looking really good with his shades, man. Dr. Rice, thank you so much for this time.
Thanks for having me, man. Honored to serve, brother.
I know you got to go back and finish doing your job.
Well, again, this job is not work because I love every second of what I do. I hate Fridays and look forward to Mondays.
I'm going to go see if I can get my dapper on.
Go get it, brother.
Thank you. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Dr. Rice. Thank you, Phil. Meanwhile, back on the football field, at this point, football pushed back midfield after an assessment against the Golden Bears of Miles College. They have had the football since we took our last breakdown at field level for Phil to talk to Dr. Rice. Had it on the Tuskegee end of the field for a couple of plays, and then this ascent pushes them back to midfield. 31-0 lead for the Golden Bears. Will keep it on the ground. Left side, they had success over there with Osley running the football. They run it over there again. Same kind of result. He runs it for the first down.
Charles, during the slight break, I was thinking about the things that really changed the complexion of this football game. Tuskegee could not run the football, and Beal threw those 2 interceptions. The offense was basically shut down in terms of its confidence in feeling that there was anything that they could do to compete with. And as a result, coming out of the halftime break, it simply seemed to continue. Tuskegee struggled to run the football, gave up the football on 2 consecutive drives, first coming out of the locker room, 0 first downs, and there's your ball game.
Indeed. And when you contrast to the start of the game, the way Tuskegee on that first play looked like they were really going to set an early rhythm, but then penalties and all of that, and it's just all kind of downhill from there.
Seemed to be just out of sync today on offense. Like what we've seen so far previously during the season, Tuskegee's been able to get his running game on track. Running backs today just totally unproductive.
On the Bears going to try it on the right time after the first one. And Osley trying and got it back to the line of scrimmage, and that's just about it. But we're not finished with Golden Tiger football just yet. After this ball game, a couple of weeks break, and then on Thanksgiving Day, get back to Montgomery, and they'll meet the Alabama State University in the Turkey Day Classic. So more football still ahead. Next week, we'll turn our attention to volleyball on Tuesday of this coming week, and then today, Golden Tiger Sports Network down in Albany for the start of the basketball season with men's basketball as the Golden Tigers meet the Golden Rams of Albany State on Wednesday.
Is it just me, or does the football season just simply too fast?
Oh, yeah. It's not just you. Yeah, it seems like we just geared this thing up, doesn't it? Boy. Pickup of a half yard on that play. Snap on the ground. They run it to Osley again. He'll spin to the outside, got space, and there he goes. One man to beat, foot race. He'll win that one and score right corner for the Golden Bears.
Disappeared into the pack, went into the scrum, spun out of the traffic to near sideline for a touchdown that you can't account for the effort of Tuskegee in that on this side of the field, once he got past the line of scrimmage, it was wide open.
Sure. You're right. It was all bunch. He just did a spin to get to the outside and just a little foot race from there, and he won that one easily.
Difference in the running back so far this evening, Charles. Miles College backs are just simply too creative for this
nice word.
Tuskegee offense. Tuskegee defense, I should say.
Smith with the point after. He's been busy this afternoon, and he knocks another one through. He missed that one right side.
Reason I mentioned that, there have been at least 3 plays where a runner was apparently stopped for a loss. We've seen the quarterback wrapped up almost, only to have 3 plays result in big chunk plays, just adjusting to the situation and making something out of nothing.
37-0 lead. Golden Bears making it all in their favor here at homecoming against the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee. Phil Proctor standing by now with the mayor of Tuskegee, Lawrence Haga. Phil.
All right, fellas, I'm down here with the mayor of Tuskegee. It's Tony Haygood. Mayor, thanks so much for giving me a couple of minutes of your time. You've been out here all day. Give me your experience, man. What's it been like for this edition of Homecoming?
Hey, it's just been tremendous. This is the 100th homecoming for Tuskegee University, and it couldn't have been any better. We started out with a great parade this morning, had a good time. A lot of folks came out, more people than I've seen in a long time. And today, the numbers are unbelievable here in this stadium, and the energy is through the roof. I mean, if you didn't get something out of this today, you must have been a plank on the log or something like that. But this is powerful. All these alumni have come back. Other people who come who never attended Tuskegee just to join the family spirit here we have in this community. So we're having a great time here at Tuskegee University, 100th anniversary Centennial.
Now, I've been talking to a lot of people associated with the school, but you're actually associated with the city.
Yes.
How was this important for the city?
It's important for the city because the city and the university work together. Dr. Brown, the 10th president of Tuskegee University, is working very closely with the city as we rebuild and help the university strengthen itself, because the university is one of our key entities in our community. And we want it to be successful. We want the parents to know about the students here. We want the students to enjoy our community. And together, we build and make things happen in the HBCU and the African-American community.
So I've been listening to the bands play today. The music is getting down.
Yes, sir.
How you feeling about that?
Oh, man, I'm just ready. It's a party all the time. Great music here, both from Miles College and from Tuskegee University. Of course, we got a great band, and it's just, elevated the atmosphere.
Charles Mark, y'all didn't see, but when the field goal was missed, the mayor went, no good, no good. So, hey, man, we appreciate you giving us some time.
Well, thank you for the opportunity. And, hey, come down and visit Tuskegee and Tuskegee University. TU, you know.
I know now. I got to find some food. Charles want me to bring him some food up there, man.
It's all.
Thank you, Mayor Haygood. Thank you, Proc. And back on the field, it's another touchdown for the Golden Bears. Now McGee set to return this kick for Tuskegee. Rodriguez got some room at the corner now. Tipped up and tripped up near the 33-yard line. That's where Tuskegee will go back on offense. Not real sure about the time we have left. I think our last check had it under 4 minutes. And Tuskegee still trying to do what you asked of them, Mark, and see if they can't get the bagel off the board. It keeps them lead, keeps increasing the other way. Golden Bears up to a 37-0 lead right now. Right now, Golden Bears at 68 plays, 394 yards for the ball game. And definitely the worst offensive performance for the Golden Tigers this season. 30 plays for just 69 yards of total offense.
Whether Tuskegee gets the bagel off the board, one thing is certain. After this game, I'm going to get a plate.
I don't think it'll be just bagels, right? Bill slides short side of the field. He'll tuck, run, past the 40, slides out of bounds near the 47.
There's got to be someone among the hundreds of tents that are surrounding Abbott Field with some leftovers.
Oh, yeah. I don't even think they'll consider it leftover. It's just middle of the day burning on the grill. Leftovers is like tomorrow. Everything today is front line.
So let me ask you this. How long will people stay this evening after the final horn for this game?
Good call. I mean, you know, you got the RV folks back here. They're not pulling out of town today, that's for sure. And Bill is going to be forced to shoot this one toward the sideline. Will be a miraculous catch if it is. And it was by Brickman at the sideline. Reggie able to just go tiptoe and come right down inside of the field of play.
Was a great catch, but Bill was forced so far deep trying to evade the pressure of Miles. That's only a 3-yard pickup.
Yeah, that's right. So you find even a negative with that on the day like today. You're right, the drop was so deep. Here comes the pressure. Same route this time, Bregman at the sideline. He'll catch it, get close to the Vibes first down marker, but about a yard shy of that.
The problem for Tuskegee is that Miles sensing pass, they're just sending extra players at Beal from all different angles, trying to confuse him, and Beal really doesn't have much time to throw. If he's not throwing off a 3-step drop, it's going to be too late.
Indeed, the pressure is so intense up front by the Golden Bears. And our plea is even more intense right now. If you've got a plate out there that you're not using, we'll take it. With food on it, of course. We're at the 2-minute mark remaining in the football game now, our final one of this football contest. No doubt about this one. Golden Bears came in on a mission to maintain their undefeated status in the conference, already assured of the number 1 finish and into the championship ball game. Just wanted to put a exclamation on the point of where they are in terms of their dominance, and certainly against the team in the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee that they don't mind doing that with.
I thought for a moment that Miles College, having clinched the spot in the SIC championship game, might come in a little bit overconfident, a little bit complacent. But when they took the field for warm-ups coming out of the locker room, that thought went away because they came out feeling that this is a rivalry game for them no matter what the record is. They want to beat Tuskegee, and they want to beat them badly. Sure. And what they have done in this decisive 37-0 win is really set the tone to continue this rivalry. This only sets up to 2025 for Tuskegee.
Absolutely. Get a little vengeance in mind as they go into the offseason, looking at this one game in particular next year.
Makes me think of the year that we covered CAU and Morris Brown. Clark Atlanta beat Morris Brown one year in the mid-90s, 27-0. Morris Brown said, okay, went across the street the following year. And when Morris Brown came out of the locker room, they came out walking hand in hand to James Brown's big payback. And you knew that was going to be a football game.
Well, we might have to revitalize that for here at Tuskegee. Let that be the all-season theme, no question about it.
It's got to be.
Golden Tigers of Tuskegee headed to a 5-5 mark after this ball game, and 5-3 in the SIAC.
But you know what the beauty of this game and this gathering is, Charles? Coming off of the disappointment of Tuesday, being able to gather with extended family on a perfect Saturday afternoon, no matter what the score is, it allows us a brief vacation from the madness.
Nice call. I know the madness you're referring to as well. Second reference today. Third down play here for the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee. They're on the Golden Bear side of the football field. Let's see if they can rally in these final 2 minutes and put a score on the board. Trailing at 37-0. I want to get one here at homecoming if you can. Bill with the snap. Pressure by the Golden Bears across the middle. Smith on the catch at the 35. Quick hitting play on the pass route to unload early. And Justin there at the 35 for another Vibes Restaurant first down.
Nice job by Stith making the catch in traffic. There were 2 defenders within 5 yards of him.
Trying to get that play started by the time I'll take him.
Beal must have seen something that he really liked, because as Miles got that timeout, Beal had taken the snap and all he could do was just hop up and down in frustration, knowing that he had something that he wanted to attempt deep downfield.
So it'll be at the 35 after the timeout. Some of the fans here inside of Abbott Memorial Stadium headed toward the exits, but they're going to be out of here and congregate on the campus now.
Well, the only problem with Tuskegee, if there is a problem, there are only 2 main roads out of campus back to the interstate. So we may be here a while, my friend, waiting for the traffic to clear out.
Well, I know what I'm going to be doing while we wait.
Are you going chicken or fish?
No question.
Or both?
Both. Might even try some shrimp. Thing that can be bad. We'll try. Snap to Bill. Play resumes in the pocket, going up top.
Got him.
Got Beckford there. Beckford can't get to it. Down near the 1 yard line.
Beckford was going full speed. Had to actually slow up a bit. Downshift at about the 1 yard line. Got his hands out. The ball actually hit him, and Beckford's still down in the corner of the end zone, but that was an accurate throw. Beckford, unfortunately, still down as the training staff for Tuskegee sprints onto the field.
Followed by head coach Aaron James. Beckford, as you referenced, had the defense beat, had to wait a little bit for the football to catch up, and then he's had to kind of turn his torso back toward the football, and that may have been where he got tied up down there, and it caused the injury.
Just got the time, 1 minute 32 remaining in this ball game.
Beckford down and being attended to by Marcus Jeter and his wonderful staff. Training staff at Tuskegee, one of the best in the conference.
As you called it so accurately, Beckford, as he was turning back for the football, just seemed to land awkwardly, never got up, and he is still, I don't want to say motionless, but I will be very hopeful with the staff trying to comfort him right in the middle of the end zone to see if Beckford can recover.
Yeah, he has been such an instrumental part of the offense for the Golden Tigers when they went on that 5-game stretch of the run, and even prior to that. But now they're trying to sit him up just a bit here in the end zone.
That's the good news.
And Beckford had transfer into Tuskegee from New Mexico Highlands University. When he was at the Cowboys, put up some pretty good numbers for them. In the 2021-23 stretch he was there, at 85 catches over 19 games for them.
Beckford's coming up. He's hunched over, being assisted by 2 of the trainers. Seems to be favoring that left shoulder somewhat. But I'm just happy that he's up and able to walk off the field.
Sure. You talk about the fact that he had to kind of come back to that football, that when he did that, he kind of fell forward, and it was that left shoulder that would have absorbed the initial contact with the turf. Beckford 13th in the SIAC in receiving, 21 catches, 488 yards coming into today's ball game. One of the most impressive stats about him is his yard average per catch at 23 yards per catch. So really spreads that field for that Tuskegee offense. But we have not had very much of that today here against the Golden Bears of Miles College. So Quavo headed to the sideline. Hopefully he'll be able to recover to get back into the finale against the Hornets of Alabama State on Thanksgiving Day. But here on homecoming day for the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee, it's been a disappointing one on the football field. trailing at 37-0 to the Golden Bears of Miles College. Bill, he'll take a snap. Got some time, slides it, fires across the middle, same route. Stith with the catch, slides upfield, got it inside of the 25. They'll mark him down near the 23-yard line.
You can see how deep Miles is dropping in coverage. At that reception, there were 5 Miles defenders that were between the receiver and the goal line.
Trying to find that space. That was a Vibes Restaurant first down. Bill looking, going up top now. Got a man behind the coverage. Touchdown, Beckford, or Brigman that is, in the right corner for Tuskegee. So Brigman got the space on the fly route, and he breaks the bagel here with that score.
Excellent throw by Beal to the far corner of the end zone in stride. And thankfully, that bagel, that donut, that 0 is off the board.
Brigman on the receiving end of that pass, the redshirt freshman from Kennesaw, Georgia, with the touchdown grab. That's his second touchdown grab of the season. And it comes with less than 2 minutes remaining in this football game. As Ryan's on with the point after, he knocks it through. And Tuskegee at least gets the scoreboard here at homecoming. 37-7. Golden Bears lead it. We'll take our final break here on the Golden Tiger Sports Network. I don't know. I'm just trying to see if we can say who they're going to be playing. I think they all started at 12. Oh, that's nowhere. Back live here at Abbott Stadium. Tuskegee scores. They try the onside kick here. Golden Bears look like they prepared for it, and they got it. So they'll have the football with a 37-7 lead. Trying to get some updates from some football scores that are of impact down in Columbus. Fort Valley and Albany State. Albany State with a 20-15 lead in that ball game. That's in the fourth quarter with about 3:44 remaining there. Allen and Edward Waters, 28-26. That one's with about 8 minutes left in the fourth. Allen is ahead in that ball game. That was one of the games that if the Golden Tigers had won this afternoon, they would have needed some help from Edward Waters, so I'm not getting very much there. Still some time left in that one, though. And then Clark Atlanta was leading Morehouse 14-0. That was at halftime, so don't know the final score in that, as the Golden Bears get set for the kneel down here and just run the clock out here at Abbott Memorial Stadium. And we know at least one half of the equation for the SIAC championship ball game. We know where it will be played. It will be played at Miles College.
So who's in best position to win the championship at this point, given the trend of where the scores are right now?
If it stays the way the things are right now with these scores, it'll be Albany State.
Okay.
Because if Albany State beats Fort Valley, they needed Tuskegee to lose to help their equation. So they're getting a good portion of what they needed from their own effort, and then what's happening here with the Golden Bears.
So they've got the inside track.
Sure, and I think that they also needed Clark Atlanta to win its game as well. So
did I laugh on that? Sorry. I didn't mean to do that.
Well, it was only 14-0 at a half. You were, and that'll do it for us here in this homecoming football game at Tuskegee University. 37-30, the final score. Golden Bears come in here on a purple machine roll, and they roll right through the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee in the 100th homecoming celebration of the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee. And it just goes all the way of the opposition this afternoon, losing it 37-7. Take a quick break here. We'll come back and wrap things up from Abbott Memorial Stadium on Homecoming 2024 on GTSN. I got him here. Yep. Back live here post game at Homecoming 2024, the 100th celebration of homecoming here at Tuskegee University. And the news is not very good for the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee. They fall to the Golden Bears of Miles College, final 37-7. Some of the final numbers in this one last, they all kind of tilt one way. Golden Bears of Miles College, 70 plays, 392 yards. Tuskegee, 37 plays. And were it not for that last possession, they would have been under 100 yards for the ball game, but they finished with 134 yards of total offense against the dominant team from Birmingham.
Charles, through my headset, I can hear one of the sound systems playing Tyrone Davis's "If I Could Turn Back the Hands of Time." And Tuskegee has got to be thinking, if they could only turn back the hands of time to the kickoff of the CAU game, let alone this game, because that game seemed to set a tone where they were just a little bit uncertain, coming off of the winning streak that Tuskegee had, leading into that game against CAU, just a little less confident. I think this evening, some of that may not have worn off, as Tuskegee was totally unable to get anything going on offense, knowing that this Miles College defense, what they had done against Morehouse, was going to be a problem.
Yeah, it turned out to be a real big problem this afternoon for the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee. They lose it 37-7, and they'll fall to 5-5 overall and 5-3 in the SIAC. Window closed on any opportunity for Tuskegee to stay in that SIAC championship hunt.
But as James Brown would say on the good foot, a tremendous turnout at Abbott Stadium. This is probably, I'm going to go on record and say this is the largest gathering at homecoming or any game in the history of Tuskegee University. President Mark Brown claims that there were more than 40,000 people present. So you have to understand that the city of Tuskegee probably quadrupled in population. On Tuskegee's homecoming day, fans showed up and showed out. A marvelous celebration that people could share, renew acquaintances, see old classmates. I mean, homecoming is much more than just a football game.
Indeed it is. And you referenced Dr. Brown being happy about that. We talked to Mayor Haygood, and he's got to be excited about that, to have this many faces and these many people here in the city of Tuskegee. Just a sign of things to come. This city is really on an upswing in terms of its progressive look at expanding. And this is an example of what things will look like as they both continue to grow together, the university and the city of Tuskegee. That'll do it once again. Final score, 37-30. Golden Bears of Miles College already in the SIAC championship ball game, and they showed it this afternoon with the convincing win over the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee University. Chance for us to thank some special people for making our coverage possible of this homecoming football game, starting with Dr. Mark Brown, president of Tuskegee University, Dr. Rolandis Rice. We heard from both of them during the course of the broadcast. Director of Athletics, Reginald Ruffin, Deborah Rogers, all over this place this week in her golf cart, getting set. Tanya and Stefan Smith from Marketing and Communications. Also want to thank Nick Brown, our game day operations, and to our production team in studio, Marcus, Lisa Burnett. And a special thanks to our reporting crew here today that didn't get the chance to do as much as they wanted to, but they made some adjustments given the technical difficulties we had. And a special thanks to them. Charles McNeil joining us from Augusta this afternoon. Glad he can make the trip down here. Phil Proctor handling sideline duties out of Atlanta. Dylan Matthews with us as well as sideline. And Hannah Williams along with the videography work here on a special day for Homecoming 2024 here at Tuskegee University. Remember, we're back on Monday night with at Bob's Restaurant for the Aaron James Coaches Show. And then 2 weeks from there, we're at Thanksgiving in Montgomery, Alabama against the Hornets of Alabama State in the Turkey Day Classic. But we got volleyball for you here on GTSN on Tuesday as the Golden Tigers conclude their regular season in terms of volleyball action on Tuesday. And then Wednesday, we kick off the basketball season with men's action from Albany State University. Until then, that'll do it for our coverage from here. Charles Wan, on behalf of everybody here with GTSN, saying thanks so much for joining us this afternoon. And we'll see you back on the network here Tuesday at Jaffe James for volleyball action. This has been a production of the Golden Tigers Sports Network.